out of body experience last night is crazy. I saw my team get cooked by Jesus Christ himself. Yeah, Luka went crazy last night.
Pizza
But you know,
Steve said, "All right, I've seen enough. Luka's top 3 all time, and he ain't 3 or 2."
Luka went wild. But I want to wait for everybody before we talk about that. We was just storytelling right now. Hello chat, hello world. And I was telling JD about English and math, and I was telling him how I hated reading, I hated writing, even though I was like good at it. But I was a very good presenter. And there was this one time where I didn't do the project that was asked for me. So I literally came up with a whole presentation in my mind frame the day of. I got up there. I didn't hand in anything, Jay. Like nothing at all. I just handed in like one piece of paper with a little drawing on it, gave it to the teacher. I said, watch this. I went up there and I said a crazy speech. I said such an inspirational presentation. Even the teacher was sitting here like, wow. The kids was all looking at me like, yo, this was an amazing like presentation, like phenomenal job. Like you really spoke wonders into me. I said, she better at least give you a C. She said just because I didn't do it, she still gave me an F. She didn't give me no slack. I was so mad at her for it.
I could see you winging a presentation like that and it being fire, though. I
I've
can see
winged
that.
I've winged so many presentations in my life, bro, and I'm good at public speaking. I don't know how. I just really am good at it. When I really
Yeah.
get in a mode and really just like you give me a goal and what I have to accomplish, it's not really that difficult to do.
So I mean, I don't know. I haven't done public speaking in so long. I have no idea what it would be like today. But in high school and college, I used to like black out whenever I'd have to speak in front of the class. But I think a lot of it, what it had to do with, similar to you, I never fucking prepared for anything. Excuse my language. Well, there we go. I got my one off. I never,
It was
ever.
you. It was
It
you.
was me all the time, the whole time. I never prepared for speeches and presentations because I just didn't care. Like I was at home. I was either at home playing video games or I was playing basketball somewhere, whether it's basketball practice or I was at the park or at the spot behind my house putting up shots. Like that was what my high school
Mhm.
life consisted of, was basketball and video games and kicking it with the homies.
You know,
But
I was one of the people that would help guys like you. I'll see them struggling. I'm like, yeah, and then this happened, right? And then they're like, yeah, yeah, and then this, and that. And then the teacher will be mad at me for me doing that. I said,
yeah,
bitch, I was like, bitch, mind your fucking business. You feel me? Like, oh, my bad, my bad.
you're good. You're good, bro. This is why we can't do storytelling, because it's like we're in a completely different bag.
Yo, we need PC. Yo, bro, we need PC uncut, PC, no basketball, just so that we could just talk about just
I
random
know we need
stuff.
to bring back PC Uncut. I mean, really, PC Uncut, I feel like turned into This Might Get Nasty. We need to figure out This Might Get Nasty and bring
Yeah,
that back.
trust me, it'll be
Mars
great.
typing in the chat and not throwing the camera on is elite. Mars, do you
That's
want to tell us
Okay.
how cold it is?
Oh, um,
Let's get into this. So, now let's get into math.
currently it is 12 degrees Celsius.
All right, so
12.
guys, we figured out the mathematical equation to this. So it's
Yes.
12 degrees Celsius, right? And this is for everybody in the chat. We figured this out before we got on. And to figure out what 12 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit, what you have to do, number one, above all else, you need to times it by 9. So 12 times 9 is what? Not what?
108, 108.
108. I almost said 98. It's 108. Now we need to divide that 108 by 5. Now 108 divided by 5, I think it's
21.6, 21.6.
21 point. Damn, Mars, you good with this.
Bro, what?
How the hell you know this? 21.6.
God, this is-
Now after that, we need to add 32 to it. So 21 is 53.6.
Hey, let's
It's
go.
It's 53 degrees Fahrenheit, bro. Quick maths.
Yes, quick
Oh
math.
my God, Mars, quick maths. You're from London. Oh my
Yo,
God.
Dub and I were geeking over this, that we learned this, and look at chat, bro. Look at chat. They're like, this is easy. Why are you guys gassing this? You guys are mean, man.
Nah,
We were hyped about this.
Chat they be party poopers, man.
Chat have Google open. That cappers.
Right. For
Yeah, that's a
sure.
fact. I completely forgot about how to do that mathematical equation.
I never knew how to do that mathematical equation.
Wow.
Yo, it's December 28th, which means it is almost the end of the month. So make sure you go to the Discord and vote for Show of the Month, Panelists of the Month, Host of the Month. It is in the text channel, Player's Choice category, polls text channel in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, make sure you join that in the description below. Let's see what a tribe called Len said. Y'all got to talk about if Jokic is a top 5 passer ever. The panel was bugging yesterday, disrespecting him. What'd they say on the panel?
Yeah, what they say on the panel. And somebody said I'm afraid. Wait, hold on, my bad. Somebody said I'm afraid of the panel. Let's clear that. I'm never afraid of smoke. Let's clear that out. Go ahead, Mars.
I said because we were talking. What was the topic? We were talking about Jokic in some capacity, and then Lowe must have said he was the best offensive big man ever. Then I agreed with that. I co-signed that, and then I said I made a take a few months ago on TikTok and I got killed for it, saying Jokic was a top 5 passer of all time.
Yes, I remember this.
And I said I still believe he's a top 5 passer of all time, and you're not going to give me 5 names of people who I think pass the ball better than him. Then Chilltown lost his mind. Bobby lost his mind. Fluent lost his mind. Who else was there? Dell lost his mind. Lowe didn't lose his mind. I think he said he has in top 10. I had in top 5. And then Chill started listing off Magic Johnson.
I was going to say, I wanted to see if I could guess them. So Magic Johnson, of course. John Stockton, of course.
Yeah.
LeBron,
yes. He said Magic Johnson, LeBron James, 1 and 2. Then he said Stockton,
Jason
number
Kidd?
3.
I wouldn't give him John.
The moment he said John Stockton, which he said number 3, I said, I'm not giving you John Stockton. So that's already one name I'm just not going to concede.
No.
Then
Jason Kidd, Steve Nash.
I said Steve Nash was in my top 5, and Steve Nash was in my top 5 because the top 5 I gave was no order. I said Magic, Nash, LeBron, Jokic, Jason Kidd. Those were the 5 names I had as like the 5 guys. But then Dell wanted to say Jason Williams was a better passer. I heard Rajon Rondo was a better passer. Mark Jackson somehow.
Mars, can I ask you this?
I wouldn't be mad about Rajon Rondo being a better passer.
Can I ask you this? Because this is where the definitions just sort of conflict with each other, right? Because when you ask me passing, I'm just strictly going off of how it looks. Yo, shut up.
Damn.
My bad.
Damn.
I'm strictly going off of how it looks. Like, just strictly going off of that. No, like, oh, this leads to that and this leads to that. I know you got into detail about that. So when you're asking other people, like, passing, they're just going off of,
eye test.
The eye test. How does it look? Who does the most creative passes? So that's Stockton. John Stockton could get out of here. He doesn't, no. He don't belong in that category. But that's why when you brought that up with the panel, that's probably why they're getting on you, because they don't understand your definition. So what's your definition of passing?
Passing to me is getting the ball to your teammates through any window, creating the best opportunities, whether that's through manipulation, speed of delivery, the amount of the variation you have, being able to make any type of pass. All those things weigh into it. It's not about just throwing a fancy behind the back pass to someone for a top of the key 3, whereas like bounce pass, skip pass, outlet passes, pick and roll passes, lay down passes, off ball passes. There's so many facets to passing, and they all unlock different things within the offense, and they all unlock different shots. But Jokic, to me, you got Magic Johnson, Steve Nash, Jokic. Those are like the top 3. And I'm not going greatest part. I'm not going longevity. Jokic doesn't have the longevity. But of any person who's passed the basketball, there's not going to be 5 people who are better than him at it.
Can we change it?
That needs more longevity for me.
Can we change the definition though? Because there's a lot of people that do get confused when you do say passing. So can we just change the word to something else, like facilitating?
Sure.
Because that kind of sounds like facilitating to me,
rather than passing.
Rather than just passing.
I agree.
Passing. Like I'm looking at Jay Will. I'm looking at Rondo,
Yeah.
LeBron, Magic,
Yeah.
CP. Oh, Nash was an amazing pass. I'm looking
Great
at those
passer.
guys because they look amazing. But when
So
we're talking about
what does
facilitating,
Jokic look like?
it's not like those guys. Jokic is great passing, like great passing out the post and everything, but maybe it's because like they're playing on the perimeter. Jason Will and Rondo and the passes they make, it just when I watch the tape, I'm like, wow, that's wild. Jokic does amazing. Like I love the touch pass he does, the outlet passes he does as well, and the passes out the post. I love it when he's just scanning the floor and just seeing the open guy. But it's like there's not as much creativity with that when I'm comparing to like Jason Williams and Rondo, in my opinion.
Bro, yeah.
Okay.
Rondo was a great passer.
What? Oh my god. That dude, the behind the back fake. What? Rondo was different, boy. Rondo was different.
Bro, Rondo was nice. Tribe Called Len sent another super chat. Said Dell said Jason Williams is a better passer. SMH. Again, I mean, if you go off the eye test,
I get where
wrong.
Dell's going from because his mind frame, he's just looking at it just off of where it looks. John Stockton, though, we need to kill that dumbass John Stockton stuff, bro. Like seriously. And this actually leads us to my little announcement that we're gonna make, Mars. Are you ready for this?
Wait, hold on. To your point about facilitating, John Stockton would be in that category of one of the greatest facilitators, though.
I think he would be like top 10, but I'll give it to CP3, Jason Kidd, Steve Nash, Magic Johnson.
I think Steve Nash is a better passer than John Stockton, but Stockton might be a better facilitator than Steve Nash.
I mean, he's a facilitator.
These
Guy
mean
like
the exact same thing to me.
They're not.
That's fine. In my brain, I'm hearing facilitating. I'm just hearing a longer word for passing.
When y'all say playmate, when y'all say
I get it now.
When y'all say gravity, yeah, I just think y'all just making a fancier word for offensive impact.
I get it.
I lie to you now. You get it now? You see where
in my brain I'm hearing facilitating. I don't get how you facilitate any other way besides passing the ball.
Yeah, but you described your definition of passing was facilitating, manipulating defenses, finding the open.
Yeah, because they're the exact same thing to me.
Yeah, I get it. I get what you coming from. I get it. It's just passing. It's always looks. It's always looks, in my opinion. But I do wanna. Can I make this announcement now, Jay, or no?
Whatever you want.
Number one, I need to address. Right, I need to address this one thing, and that's for everybody. If we work. Wait, no, take me off the tight zoom.
Come on, you got to be on the tight zoom.
Take the barcodes off. Take the barcodes off.
Got you.
If you work in the same field of each other, you cannot sit here and you're not as good as somebody else. You can't sit here and down talk somebody else in their work. For example, Fluent talks about me editing, talks about me as a panelist. I got voted as top 3 panelists of the month last month. I'm the guy who's responsible for 3 videos having over 1 million views on our Gridiron account. I'm the guy who's responsible for one of our other videos having over a million views on our other account. And he does the same thing on his own channel, on his own TikTok, but he can't do the same. So my whole point is this. If you cannot do as good of a job as somebody else and you're working in the same field as them, shh, and sit down and shut up. Because at the end of the day, you can't do what I do. And that's just proven. The proof is in the pudding, and that's the resume in which we have. And that's and Jay, you can take me off the tight zoom because this is for me and Mars right now. And that sends me to our next topic, to our next announcement, where me and Mars, we are going to revitalize something. This war on these old heads, because a lot of these old heads just be lying. The John Stockton thing, just lying. And Chilltown, I wanted to leave you out of this. I really did, because my beef is not with you. It's with your running mate. Your running mate is a liar. He's terrible. He's terrible for you. That's a bad female right there that you just got to let go of. But it's okay. You want to ride with him. You want to ride and die with him. It's fine. You're going to have to get the burner with him as well. Because you the guy that leaves Kobe out your top 10. You the guy that said the Nets were better without Kyrie Irving. You the guy that says all this nonsense as well. I think there was another take he had that people think Chris Paul is better than John Stockton because Chris Paul's on TV more. Like, let's cut the cap, please. So we're having this war on these old heads again. We're going to revitalize this. And I promise, and I realized something that I did wrong last time. I need to stop having this me against the world mentality. because it's not a thing. It's not a good thing. And I need the masses, and I need to build this alliance and this bridge with the masses. I'm not going to go against you guys as much as I have, even though I do enjoy it. I do like being against the grind. I am a contrarian. I am. But I will promise to be more respectful. We need to build this alliance. We need to correct this old head mentality, this old head media, and fix what the old heads are trying to promote. Because that is not a war that should be won by them. This is a war that we need to stand together. The future is now, old men. Put that super chat.
I can't put it up because of what you put. But
the future is now, old men. We need to fix this. We need to correct this, and we need to stand strong and stand tall together. We need to march into the field and fight and battle. And if we do fall, if we do perish, we will meet in the gates of Valhalla, and we will rise again throughout Ragnarok to fight the greatest battle of all battles. And as I said, and with me saying that, there's another announcement for Open Gym. Open Gym starting next week will be promoted. Will be going twice a week now. Every Friday at 5 p.m., every Tuesday night at 8:30 p.m. We will be going twice a week now, Open Gym. Mark your damn calendars, because that's what we're doing. And we're going to change things up a little bit. Every Friday, starting this Friday, we are going to allow you guys, the viewers, to run the show with your super chats to talk about whatever topics that y'all want to talk about, whichever topics that y'all want to get off. And we're saying that as well. If you do have a super chat that you want to get off and you want to get on the show immediately, have your IG or Twitter handle. Make a super chat and put IG at whatever my name is. That way, whichever super chat that I see, and that's the topic we're going to discuss, and you want to get on the show to discuss that, I will personally send you a StreamYard link to have you on the show to talk about the super chat and the topic that you have in mind. And that will be for both Tuesday and Friday. So keep that in mind, fellas. Keep that in mind.
Can you give them the times one more time?
It's every Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, and every Tuesday after the panel at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And always remember, every super chat that y'all give out and you want to be on the show, just put your IG or Twitter handle. You put, let's say, Luka's the best, IG at Debonair, or IG or Twitter at
IG goes
Debonair.
hard.
You feel me? So that's what you guys would do. If you want to get first dibs on coming on the show to talk about your super chat, go ahead. We're still going to have a rotation of guests, but anybody who has a super chat and wants to be on the show, go ahead, put it out there. We'll have you have you on the show, man.
Hey, Bobby.
What's up, JD? What's up, Mars? What's up, Doug?
Hello.
What's up, chat?
I was
Big ox shit. Yes, sir.
waiting for you to join the show so we could talk about the GOAT.
Woo! Woo!
The
Damn.
GOAT.
Well, I misspoke. He's not the GOAT, but he's number two. He's number two, JD.
Yo, just coughing into your mic like crazy.
My bad.
Number two.
Hey, but first though, real quick, let me run back some from yesterday. Dub, have you lost your mind? Morris, are y'all crazy?
What did I
do?
What's up with John? What's y'all problem with John Stockton?
I don't have a problem with John Stockton.
I just think
How was he not? What's y'all changing the definition of passing and stuff to make sure that y'all can't put John Stockton in that top five?
What's the definition of passing?
The definition of passing is when you have the ball and then you throw it to the other person.
I don't think
That's
anyone's argued with that.
That's what a pass is.
No. Who said it wasn't that?
I hate you so much, Bobby.
Never mind. I don't want to go back into that because that was a crazy argument yesterday. Y'all almost gave Chilltown a stroke and almost gave me a heart attack. That was crazy.
I can't wait to pull up this thing that apparently Ron said yesterday. I haven't actually watched it. I've just heard a little glimpse into what apparently he said. I have it pulled up. We're gonna rewatch it so that we can live react to it.
What are y'all talking about when he won it about the Luka and Trey thing?
It's something about that being a win-win situation apparently, and I cannot wait to hear this. If you have not already, Oh, that's fine. I just can't wait to roast them. If you have not already, make sure you pay the entry fee, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Also, we have a second channel. I haven't talked about this in a while. The Player's Choice Clips channel. It is also link is also in the description below. If you have not subscribed to that, make sure you subscribe to that as well. That's where all the extra content that can't make the main channel, it's going over on that channel. We have too much content to put over here, so make sure you subscribe to that as well so you can consume all the PC content. All right, let's get to these super chats. Nick Dawson said the Rudy trade got to be top 3 worst trades of all time. What should the T-Wolves do? Hashtag PC Wrestling 2023. These guys got to get off this PC Wrestling.
Can we answer the question?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if it's the worst trade, like top 3 all time. I will have to look into it. But it was a pretty bad trade, mainly because of the contract. The contract is just, it put him in a bad situation and got rid of the perimeter defense. And I don't know why everyone even thought that Karl-Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert would be a good fit together. It just didn't make sense to me even when it happened. So I think the Wolves just need to either move from Rudy or Cap, because those two together will never work. They need to move from one of those guys.
Don't, and that's so what you said at the end right there, Dub, is the only reason why I'm like, well, they just need to hang in there. And there's 50 games left. Maybe I still got faith in something working out. Obviously, they're never going to be the best team in the league, but they can still shake some things up if they just change some of the X's and O's, change some philosophies, or just work something out. But my main thing is that I believe when they made that trade, they were willing to do it because they know that if the Twin Tower experiment doesn't work out, then they can trade Cat and get just as big as a haul as what they let go. So I don't think 1 year of experimenting with the Twin Towers, especially with Cat being such an offensive threat and Rudy being such a defensive threat, I'm not mad at them for trying it out and seeing about it. But I think at the end of the year, if it doesn't work, they'll trade Cat and they'll get a big haul for Cat. Somebody wants him bad, so they'll be okay.
I don't think anyone wants
Mars.
Trade Cat.
I wouldn't want
D'Angelo Russell. Make it work with Anthony Edwards, Rudy Gobert, and whatever else you can get in those trades.
Well, they would have to trade D'Lo right now, right? Like
Cat and D'Lo would be.
Don't you
I
think
feel like you could get a lot for that?
You possibly could, but don't you think that Rudy Gobert's contract needs to be resolved as well?
What can you do? You want to trade Rudy after just trading for him?
Yeah, they're dumb as hell, bro. Jesus Christ. That's why I say, you just can't put your faith in people like that. I see that $41 million a year contract, and I look at Rudy, and I'm like, yo, you put us in such a bad position every time because of that contract. Because you heard that? You put us in such a bad position every time because of that contract, bro. So it's like you make it hard for the organization to build around you when he doesn't play at a $40 million level, in my opinion.
In anyone's opinion.
Yeah. So it's like
people are overpaid a lot now. It's like to them now it's just money. They'll be able to work something out.
We'll see.
Assist super chat. Can you be a superstar and not be able to be a number 1 on a championship team? If so, is there a team Dame can go to and win a ring as the best player? All right, let me try and reread this. Can you be a superstar and not be a number 1 on a championship team? If so, is there a team Dame can go to and win a ring as the best player?
If we're talking about superstar based on ability, I don't really see how that works unless it's like you got somebody else in your team that's just super dope. Like you got a bunch of superstars like the Warriors had with KD and Steph.
Steph, right?
I could see that. Or if you're a superstar based on just popularity, like maybe
Kevin Durant and Kyrie right now.
Yeah.
Kyrie in a lot of people's eyes is a superstar, and he's his most successful was a number 2 on Boston. He had a little nice stint in that first year, but then the second year wasn't that great. So Kyrie's maybe exception. I mean, Anthony Davis before this season. I mean, a lot of people thought that LeBron was better. So was Anthony Davis a superstar when he was playing alongside LeBron James? I think so. I thought so.
My definition of superstar is weird, but superstar caliber player, I don't think you have to be a number 1 on a championship team. But I also don't get caught up in this number 1 thing. I don't know if it means the best scorer on the team or the best player or however
Right.
people do it. I've never really got on board with this
Right.
number one thing.
Those
Me
lines
personally.
are so blurred. Nowadays you don't really know like what
Exactly.
The
it,
way
it
I
depends
look
on
at it,
what you like more, what you value more. I mean, it depends what you value more.
the way I look at it is like if I view you, if you've ever been like a top 10, top 5 guy, and then you have that marketability with you, it's like I consider you a superstar. Like CP3, yeah, I bought Taco Bell, asshole.
Damn, Dub. They on your line,
Yeah,
Dub.
man, what's wrong with people, bro? What's wrong with
He
Taco
said,
Bell?
they said you're a fake Mexican.
Yeah, I'm not Mexican though. That's a
I mean,
crazy
I
thing.
know that. I know that.
Well, if you're not Mexican, then you're fake Mexican, right?
I guess so. I guess so. Yeah. So yeah, I just look at it as like top 10, sometimes top 15 with that marketability. Like Chris Paul and James Harden, in my opinion, like those guys are like still superstars in my opinion, just because of what they accomplished before. So it's like, and the way I look at it is, it's a lot media driven. I'm media driven, and on top of that, you've had at some point in your career has been a perennial top 5, top 10 caliber guy.
So was Kobe a superstar in his last year?
Fuck yeah! I mean, they were selling out.
Yeah, Kobe
They were
was.
still going.
So
Yeah,
it's less about your caliber of play at all times. It's about what you've been and how popular that's made you.
yes,
So Russell
Yeah.
Westbrook.
yes. I would still consider
Yeah.
him a superstar. Now he can't. He's no longer playing like a superstar that he is now. You know, Kobe wasn't playing like he was before, but people still. If you hear Russell Westbrook about to play at the Charlotte Hornets, you're gonna be like, oh nah, I want to go see Russell Westbrook.
I don't know. I
Well,
don't know.
JD,
What?
the reason,
You're going
the reason
because
I agree-
LeBron's there. You're not going because
Oh, okay.
Westbrook's
If
pulling up.
when Westbrook was Westbrook on the Wizards, was he still a superstar at that time? Yes or no?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. I'm talking about popularity wise. People still
Oh,
love
yeah.
to see Russ. Like they want to see Russ. Like for instance, what was it, the 21st when they played the Kings? Like I wasn't gonna go to the game. I was gonna sell my tickets, but then AD got hurt, and then so people were like, so my boy was gonna get him, and then when Russ got hurt, they were like, no, if I can't watch Russ play, I'm not going. So that's why I drove down there. I went to the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People want to see Russ no matter what. Like people are still. It doesn't. Even last year when people were calling him what they call him Westbrook and stuff. People were
Westbrook,
on
they
his
would
line, but
still go
people
out there to
still.
watch him.
Yeah, people
They
still
talk
got a
about
lot of
him.
love for us.
They talk about him so much because of who he used to be. If he was
Yeah.
just random ass player, he wouldn't be getting as much marketing or attention as he was. But because of who he was, people Westbrook, all this attention on fucking Westbrook, this and that. It's just because of who he was, bro.
Yeah, I
So
don't
look,
know.
somebody said we got superstar and elite mixed up. I think when you say the word elite, then we have to talk about just straight talent. How good are you right now? And
Mhm.
that's what elite is. Superstar, I think, is a blurred concept. Like it's a lot of popularity involved. Rather you don't have to be a top 5 player in the league to be considered a superstar based on popularity.
There's
Now,
also
if you're elite, then yeah, you have to be a top
That's the word.
notch.
That's the word. Yes, elite and superstar are two different, and some people try to combine the two.
Yeah,
That's-
there's no concrete definition of superstar, but then you'll see people in like the comments say this is a superstar as if they have the all-knowing definition
right.
and they're the genius who's cracked the code. Like
that's where I was
just
gonna
gave
go.
your opinion on the same topic.
I was gonna get at the fact that there's no two people who have the same superstars in the NBA. There's some people who might say there's 20 superstars in the NBA, which would be nuts. But there's probably people out there that exist who could name 20 superstars in their opinion. And then there's people like Mars who will name 2. And then there's people like me who might name 6 or 7.
I'm on board with that, naming like 15. There's the NBA is a global brand. People are so popular due to the NBA. People get paid so much that go. It's a lot of people in the NBA that can't go grocery shopping. You know what I'm saying? Like I agree with that. That there's more than 10 superstars in the NBA.
So let me ask y'all this, right? If these guys wasn't superstars, right? Why is it that when they play ass, we give so much attention to it? If they're just so trash, why are we even giving them that attention? If they're so trash, like James Harden made a tremendous point last season. Oh, if I wasn't James Harden, people wouldn't be coming. I'm about to get those dogs. People will put him. You hear them? Do you hear the dogs?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get
Just a
the
little
sports.
barking. It's all good.
So
Good dog.
So what's it called? James Harden said last season the reason why his contract. Shut up!
All right, go get these dogs. Oh my god.
I mean, I do agree with the point Dub's getting at, but then I question. I don't think Ben Simmons was ever a superstar.
No.
But Ben Simmons was
Right.
getting the same treatment about how he's playing. He was getting all the attention. Is that because he's in the Philly market, or is it
Probably so.
something more about his caliber of play?
No, it's because he was propped up to be the next
Mhm.
LeBron James. That's why.
That's why. So Ben Simmons is a guy where I don't ever think that he was a top 10 guy. So like maybe close to top 15, but I never consider him a superstar. He had the attention, yes. I thought he could grow into becoming a superstar, but the fact that every year he never expanded upon his game besides defense, it was like you're just the same guy since your rookie year. So how am I even gonna hold you up to that standard? You know?
Well,
Okay,
I mean,
I get
he got a little better from his rookie year. I think he was on his way to superstardom. On top of that, being from a different country brings just more fans when you come over here, play college, all that. I think Ben Simmons had action if it wasn't for it was that simple pass. It's just that pass in the playoffs. If he just would have dunked on Trae Young, people would have left him alone.
Bro,
I mean, if Matisse Thybulle caught that and got an and one, no one would care.
Yeah, right.
I can't believe that's
when
like
Bill
his
said that-
defining moment.
That is
That
his
was
defining
crazy.
moment.
And
That's
when
crazy.
I understand that, like turning around and seeing the jersey and him being a point guard, a pass first type player, he saw the jersey before he realized who it was.
Yeah, but
If he,
Bobby's
if he wasn't moving
6'9".
so fast. Yeah, I know. I agree. He should have definitely went up and dunked it. He said he should have went up and dunked it. Everybody in the world knows you should have just rose and dunked that. But it happens, bro. It happens. JD, you've played a lot of basketball. We all know sometimes it's just, and it was just such a big time in the game. It was such an important time in the game, so it's just magnified.
All right. Assist also asked, is there a team Dame can go to and win a ring as the best player?
Miami.
At this point, I doubt it. I doubt he puts Miami over the top. Maybe, but
Maybe. There's a lot we need to fix. So I get it.
Maybe like two years ago in Miami.
You think if Dame's
Or-
on Toronto, they can get it done? Maybe not this year, but sometime in like the next couple seasons.
If they keep Pascal, yeah, I think they could.
Yeah.
It would have to
so
be a
put
team
it
like
that
that.
way.
It would have to be a team like that, like get it done
Yeah.
by committee type thing.
Yeah,
Would
I
he,
like that.
if he went free agency and they kept who they have now, Scotty Barnes, OG, Pascal, if that's even possible, then I could see that happen. If it was a trade, they had to lose OG and or Pascal or one of those, then no, I don't see that happening.
Leaf Diggy, JD, Luka played the Knicks, bruh. Dub, I got a Jokic tee. I think he meant to say take. Bro, I
don't care.
You guys are disgusting trying to justify this like Luka my player stat line in like
that Luka thing is wild.
something no one's ever done, and then it boils down to I just played the Knicks.
Leaf, check your Twitter
If
DMs.
you do something Wilt Chamberlain has never done, statistically, no matter, you could play against a bunch of G Leaguers. If Wilt Chamberlain's never done it, you get credit.
Mars,
Wilt
it doesn't have to
Chamberlain
be
has
G
done
Leaguers.
everything
It
at
doesn't
least
have to be
once.
G Leaguers. It could be all three of my kids and my two little nieces. If he does that against them, that was amazing.
Nah, bro.
What Luka did last night.
That
I don't
Luka's
care-
stat
I don't
line
care who
is
it was against.
wild. I looked
My
at
thing
it.
about this, my thing is this though, JD. If he has to do that,
Shut up.
barely beat
Oh
the
my
Knicks.
god, you'd say this every show. If he has to do that.
well, no, that's fair, JD. That's fair. If he has to go that crazy to get what they went to overtime to barely beat the Knicks, if he has to do that, there's a problem over there. I'm not taking nothing away from what he did because. I mean, obviously, none of us have ever seen anything like that.
Yes, and the problem is the team comp, not Luka. I'm fine with you saying that, but there's people who are saying Luka Doncic is the problem. Like, are we being for real?
Well, he wasn't the problem last night. He was the savior last night, but he has been the problem before.
Okay, but
The
we're not getting into this right now.
The Mavericks just aren't a good team.
Hold on, we're going to get into this
all I'm
Luka
saying,
night.
Mars. They're just not a very good team.
We're gonna get into this Luka night, but Trent McGahee. Shout out to Trent. Do you guys think KD's having a strong case for MVP this year? Also, JD, hashtag PC Wrestling 2023. Jesus Christ.
Yes, he has a strong MVP case.
Yeah.
If he's not in
Very
your
strong
top,
MVP.
if he's not in your top 5 at this point, you're hating on KD.
He's in
Jimmy.
your top 5?
100%. Top 5 MVP candidates. Top 5.
Oh, okay. I see
He's
you.
top 5
I
everything,
see you.
bro.
I thought I had you. I see you.
Jimmy, 2 shots of vodka, apparently. LeBron is no longer a superstar. He's a borderline role player, no impact.
He
Jimmy?
hates LeBron. He be in the chat just hating on him.
Bro, Jimmy
Well,
is
hear me
nuts.
out though, JD. Hear me out though,
Oh
JD.
my god.
I might not necessarily agree with Jimmy. It's very rare that I do, but look at his stats these last 9 games, and how many of them have they won? That shows me like the impact isn't what it used to be. And that's no disrespect to Bron. He's chasing Kareem right now. He doesn't care about winning. He's chasing Kareem. So I don't think Bron's trying to be
He chasing
very impactful.
Kobe.
Yo,
I think he's just
you're
trying to catch
joking
Kareem.
right now,
He
right?
chasing Kobe.
I'm not joking. I'm dead ass serious.
So
Look, like
when
the game I was
Jalen
just talking
Green,
about the
if
other day.
Jalen Green goes off in a game,
Like
is
he
he
did against
just
Boston.
is he
Like he
just
did
stat
against-
padding?
Not
Is he
if they,
just
not if they lose. Well, no, there's a difference though, JD.
no? There's not.
Well, look, Jalen Green's not chasing Kareem, so Jalen Green might be trying to win, but he might not be as impactful as Brown. If you score 35, 8 and 6, and you lose, and it's let's say if it's not even close, then it's kind of like, well, what was your impact to that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Bro,
that's
that
what I'm saying.
LeBron is playing with literally with the G League team. Like, dude, that is
That Lakers team is ass.
That
That
Lakers
Lakers team
team
is
stinks.
so ass.
They're
not good.
bro.
all
This
that
team,
bad.
this
They're
team
not
is
great.
worse.
They're not
This
great.
team is worse than his Booby Gibson, Mo
100%.
Williams.
100%.
First of all, those Cavaliers teams were
Those Cavs teams
not
get too much
that
disrespect.
bad. Bro. They were
They
They
not
were
that
bad. They were
They
bad.
get-
Yeah.
They were
They
not
get
that
too
bad.
much disrespect.
I think the 2018 Cavs is better than this Lakers team.
I think this is the worst team LeBron's had since his first couple of seasons.
This team stinks.
Yeah, I mean,
Without Anthony Davis. When you have Anthony Davis, that kind of changes things.
Yeah, it's like, what do you expect? Honestly, like, we need to be real with ourselves. Like, even though it's LeBron, and this goes to my point, like, we just hold people to different standards. Like, just because LeBron is LeBron doesn't mean like he's able to just defy the odds every fucking time.
If,
You know,
if Brown was
bro-
as impactful as I say he is, they would
In
not be.
20
They
Bro,
would not
th-
be
so
in
this
20,
is-
in 2018, if 2018 Brown
I mean,
was on this
LeBron's
team,
not as good as he used to.
No, this
I'm
is
talking
why
about right
Bron-
now. I'm talking
This
about right
is
now.
why
Brown was as good as I
LeBron.
say he
This is why LeBron is the greatest NBA player to ever play the game because he's so good that you expect him to put this team on his back and win games.
I don't expect that, JD. I'm saying if everybody else says that he's as impactful as they say he is, then they shouldn't be the 12th seed. I personally think that Bron is doing what I said he's doing. He's not really trying to win. He's just chasing Kareem.
let me ask
I
you
don't,
this:
I don't
what
think, I don't
player,
think he's here to do. He knows they're not
what
going to win
player,
the championship.
what
but they're
player in the
better than each
NBA, what player in the NBA right now you think could be better? Could
On that
make that
team?
team could make that team be better?
other. Maybe KD, Jokic.
Okay, superstars. Okay,
Oh yeah, well,
No,
what am I supposed to say, JD? What am I supposed to say?
Come on,
Am I supposed to
bro.
say, am I supposed to say Norman Powell? Like,
yeah,
and
yeah.
Norman Powell's a very good player. I don't mean no disrespect. I'm just saying, like, of course I'm going to name
Now,
like, the top
No,
guys.
but how much better? You really think that with a KD and Jokic, that team automatically is a playoff bound team?
I don't think they go to a 1 seed, but I mean
Bro,
they're
what
not
are
going to
we-
be the 12. They would at least JD. Y'all
What
act
are
like,
we doing,
talk-
bro? I
look,
want you to
these
say
are-
like McCall.
Mikal Bridges.
Mikal
No, I'm not going to
Bridges.
say that. But look,
I want you to
okay,
say
but
names
look,
like
look.
that. You are the role player guy.
Okay, but that all right, but I'm still realistic about basketball. I'm not gonna say that you put
All
you
right,
put
all
Jalen
right. So
Brunson
if
on
they
that
had the
team.
Western Conference All-Star team, they might make it to the play-ins.
No, they don't need all those players. I'm saying like y'all act like Thomas Bryant isn't the top 10 center, but he's not ass. Like, Thomas
He might
Bryant
not be
is-
a top 50 center. Come on.
I mean, he's definitely a top 50 center. Thomas Bryant is not that. He's a solid player. I mean, you got Thomas, you got what's his my guy
We're
my
you gonna
guy
try and
from,
name
from the
50
Spurs.
guys? Over.
Lonnie
my guy from the
Walker,
Spurs, you know what I'm talking about. Lonnie Walker. Even Russ is back now, right? Like even so if we don't have AD if you have AD, there's no reason this team shouldn't be a top
No,
six.
I agree.
I agree with
I
that.
agree with that.
That's where
So
we
I
can,
agree with
That's
that.
where we
But
can get on
they
the same
still
page.
they were still trash
even
with
without
AD.
even without AD, so without AD, I think they should still be a playing team. That's all I'm saying.
I don't
They
think
should make
so.
a playing
I
without
don't
AD.
either.
I think AD was a true deciding factor for that team, mainly because of the defense that he provides. The defense that he provides is irreplaceable for that team. So taking LeBron out and expecting KD or Jokic or Steph, any of these guys to step into that role that
Right.
LeBron's in right now and expect them to do that much better, I don't see happening, especially when I know that AD was
If
a
they had
vital
Jokic,
part.
if they had Jokic, so if they had Jokic, they would be a
No.
top AC. They would be a top AC with Jokic.
Duh.
Without AD, no.
Without AD,
Yes.
okay,
AD's only been
no
missing
AD,
for about 6 games.
no
It's like
AD,
he's been there.
no AD. You swap it, but the beginning of the season, no AD wasn't there. So no AD, and then you swap LeBron for Jokic. Yeah, bro, that team's in the playoffs.
Well,
All right. Christopher D said at Jimmy Two Shoes. So was Kyrie and Kevin Love role players because their play didn't impact their team in winning? Just want consistency. Jimmy Two Shoes sent a super chat, said LeBron needs to come off the bench. Football breakdown.
They gotta try something.
Football breakdown said KD was losing games without Kyrie and he had shooters.
What the fuck? Who bring up? Wait, that football breakdown?
Wasn't they winning when Kyrie went out?
They were winning. They were winning. Chilltown said that the Nets were better without Kyrie Irving.
And they had like the best defense in the league or something.
What are we doing? Yo, that's football breakdown, right?
Yeah.
Well, we weren't even talking about KD like that, bro. He just bringing up KD is crazy.
I wanna talk about Luka's historic night, but first I want to talk about this. Let me bring it up here. I should have probably done this while we were.
Dang, everybody just enjoys me eating today, huh?
I mean, you're making a
That's
shit ton of noise.
that's some weird fetish shit, dude.
It is some weird fetish shit, right?
Yeah, you could sell.
We should have a show.
You can make an OnlyFans.
Hold on. We'll start right now. Jay, put me in the tight Zoom. See how many super chats we get.
Hold on. He said you could start an OnlyFans where he's just doing mukbang. What is that shit called? Mukbang? I'm pretty sure it's mukbang. All right.
Oh my god.
What's he doing?
Who is it?
Trying to be sensual
okay,
as he
okay.
eats whatever.
All right. Relax. All right. Kevin Durant replied to one of our Instagram posts. I think it was the one where we tried to pin Mars as saying there was 40 guys better than Zion. He named like 36 or something like that. KD commented. He said, "We got to cut some of these guys' mics. They're saying anything now." Mars?
That's fine.
Thoughts?
Terrible title, by the way, but it is what it is. I've said, I don't know how many times now, I was wrong. But when things go on the internet, they're there forever. So I have to hold the L in that situation. Everyone's going to know. Well, everyone's going to think I said there was 40 players better than Zion. I didn't, but I was wrong about that. Makes sense for Kevin Durant or anyone to disagree with that because I also disagree with it. So at the time I made it, I believed it. But looking back, I was incorrect. I've since reevaluated my ranking of Zion. He's still not as high as people would like. I've given my reasons as to why he's not as high as people would like. I've also said in the playoffs, if he proves me wrong, I will once again reevaluate my ranking of Zion. I just don't think what he's doing will translate to the playoffs as well as other people seem to believe. That is my main hesitancy when it comes to Zion Williamson. So if it does, and he ends up being this elite level scorer with this volume, this efficiency, then I will eventually start to say he is a top 20 player pushing. Okay, I don't know about top 15, but top 20 player. Until that moment, so you got to wait until about April, May for me to make that change. So he's not going to move up very far depending on what he does in this regular season, unless I see a clear change in his game. But yeah, KD was correct to say that take was nonsense. I can't argue with that.
Do you agree that JD shouldn't cut your mic at that point?
How'd you mute me?
Because you were making noise. Like, how does that? We've been doing this is almost episode 200, and people are still coughing into their mic. People are opening packages right in front of their face.
I said, how did it feel?
How did what feel?
Mars, how did it feel? Katie commented on your thing.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know until it got sent in the chat. I mean, I don't use Instagram, and I don't really care. KD having an opinion on what I say is the same as, let me pick someone in the chat, is the same as Immaculate Cap having an opinion on something I say. Neither of them are on the show. They both just have an opinion on a take I made. I don't really care who it comes from. Whether or not I agree with them is the same thing. He doesn't get take privilege because he's a great basketball player.
Wow, that's
very
dope.
mature of you, Mars. It's
Take
very mature of
privilege.
you.
When
Take
Dwayne
privilege.
Wade talked about our thing, I'm not gonna lie, I was running around my room.
Yeah, that was different. He was just saying that he loved basketball debates like this. That was different.
And on top of that, y'all
W
were wrong.
opinion.
And me and Ron were right about that.
Y'all were wrong. I was right.
Right. All right, let's talk about Luka Doncic's historic night. He put up 60, 20, 10. That is the first time that's ever been done. 60 points, 20 rebounds, 10 assists. He made history. My player stats. No one has ever done it. GOAT. Luka Doncic, the GOAT. The other GOAT, speaking of GOATs, Dirk Nowitzki statue reveal, but that's a different thing. Bro, Luka Doncic is stupid. I don't care if it's against a high school team. 60, 20, and 10 is disgusting. That is absolutely bananas. In an NBA game, doesn't matter who you're playing.
Yeah, LeBron had 60 against the Hornets when they were trash, and everyone loves that game as well.
Hornets always been trash.
Yeah,
Whenever you have 60,
but people love that 60-point game, so we could love this 60. This 60, 20, and 10 is wild. When I seen the stat line, I was sitting here like, bro, this is really like if I was playing my career and I was just grinding for badges.
Yo, people were hitting me. I'm going to be honest. I didn't watch the game live last night. I had to catch it after the fact. I haven't watched basketball in like 2 weeks, which is crazy. I've been just watching glimpses of stuff. I know, bro. It's been crazy over here. I haven't watched full games from beginning to end, I should say. I've watched basketball, but I haven't watched full games from beginning to end. So people are hitting me on Twitter, on Instagram. People are adding Player's Choice and saying JD, blah, 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 Luka Doncic. So I was like, what the hell is going on? So then they start tagging me and stuff and sending me stuff, and then I start looking. So that the stat line impressive, right? The other crazy thing is that they're down 9 with 33 seconds left, and then what Luka Doncic does to tie the game to put it into overtime. That was the more it was crazy because it's like, how do you top this historic thing? And then he does that. It's like, bro, the entire game. So like if he does 60, 20, 30, and then that doesn't happen, it's still incredible, right? The fact that he did that, it's like this is now like an all-time game. This goes up with Tracy McGrady's 12 points in like
13 and 33 seconds.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's up there. It's up there in terms of just basketball moments.
Wait, what are you talking about at the end?
Yeah,
I'm talking about the run, the 33. They're down.
The 9-point deficit with 30 whatever seconds to go.
Oh yeah.
The fact that Luka gets 2 offensive rebounds at the end of the game, 2 putbacks, 1 and 1, and then
So
that
bad.
nonsense he made with 1 second left.
So bad.
Because normally I'm not a big, like, these high rebound games, especially from guards. I'm like,
It's like whatever. Yeah.
But, like, he got like 5 offensive rebounds and 2 of the biggest rebounds of the night, especially on a night where the Mavs rebounding. I mean, all season the Mavs rebounding kind of suspect. So his rebounding was actually extremely valuable. The 60 points. And it wasn't like he just got hot from 3. I don't know how many threes he made. It might have been like 1 or 2. He was just killing people. That's what he was doing. He was just killing people.
That was a massacre. He's a murderer.
Like when you go back and look at the best regular season games of all time, you got James Harden had a 60-point triple-double. That was like the first in NBA history.
Kobe's 81.
Kobe's 81. Kobe's 62 and 3/4.
Devin Booker's
Clay's 60-point.
Devin Booker's 60. Oh, that's
Devin Booker's 70 isn't getting near this conversation. MJ 69. They were down.
I'm not
30.
gonna hold you.
They were down 30 the whole time.
I'm not gonna hold you, Mars. I'm with you. I am with
They
you.
were down.
I feel you
30
more.
the whole
They
time.
were
feel you,
down
Mars.
the whole
They were
game.
just
Bro.
they were just giving him the ball and praying he could score down
Yeah.
25.
That was almost embarrassing.
Putting
If
up
their
70 is
stat-
still
if their
crazy.
Stat padding, that's the definition of stat.
Bro, I don't care if you're stat padding. Putting up 70 is ridiculous. I don't care if you lost
I
by
know.
100.
That's also
Putting up
respect. That's
70
also
is
respect.
crazy,
I
bro.
But are y'all not gonna mention Wilt's 100?
Bro, okay,
No,
that's
that's
a myth.
But we didn't even watch that.
It's a myth, bro.
The thing with Wilt's
I'm about to
100
write.
You didn't watch
I'm about to
Kobe
write.
score 81,
I'm about to
Doug.
go play a men's league game.
You
Bob.
lie.
Bob, I'm
Doug,
about
You
to go play a
lied.
men's
You
league
didn't
game.
watch that, Doug.
I
Yo,
watched that. I
listen.
I watched it.
Listen,
You liar.
I'm about
apologize.
to
I
go
apologize.
play a men's league game, Bobby. I'm about to go write 150 on a piece of paper after the game. I'm dripping sweat. Take a picture. Who's gonna prove that I didn't do it?
Okay, well, no disrespect, but like
I'm never
that
putting
doesn't
up
look as-
150. I understand.
That
I
doesn't look as
just find it
believable.
difficult
Like
to
you know,
believe.
100 is not believable to me.
No, the thing,
So
the
what-
thing
what,
about the
80
100,
81
the
is only
100,
19
the
That was
100
unbelievable. That was
The 100
unbelievable.
from
Only 19 more
Wilt.
points.
It's not that the 100 from Wilt is unbelievable for me. Believing that Wilt Chamberlain went 28 or 32 from the free throw line is not believable. That's
Well, sometimes
makes
that
me not
happens
know.
sometimes though,
we
Mars.
all
What
have- we all
Didn't
have
Shaq?
good days
Didn't
at the
Shaq
line.
have
We
a good
good
free
days
throw?
at the
Have
line.
some.
Yeah, that's
Shaq's
amazing.
had games where he's gone like 9 for 10. 28. If you look at Wilt Chamberlain's season that year, because I went and checked, I could check it again. Wilt Chamberlain that whole season, that was by far the most free throw attempts he took in a game, and by far the highest percentage he had in a game.
That's
I
not fair,
highly
Mars. That's
doubt
not
Wilt
fair,
Chamberlain, a 50% free throw shooter, gets the most free throws he's ever had in a game in that season, and then also shoots his high percentage in that game.
Bro, he was feeling it
Well,
that night.
no, but I'm
don't
not gonna
believe
lie,
that. I
Mars.
just
Mars.
don't believe
No, sometimes sometimes it can happen. Sometimes you catching heat, you caught fire, you in rhythm, you in motion, and everything's
Sorry.
going
No,
in.
I don't believe
All
it.
right,
It could happen. Mars, it could happen. I promise
don't
you.
believe.
What about David Robinson getting a quadruple double? That was an epic game.
Oh, the other games where he had 30 plus free throw attempts, 56%, 52%, 57%. He scores 100, he shoots 87% from the line. How am I meant to believe that?
That was a
Is
good
that-
night. That was a
is that-
good night. It was a
the
good night.
highest, It was the highest he shot from the line all season by 6%. The other nights where he shot above 80%, he took 5 free throws, and the other game he took 11. You expect me to believe he tripled the volume and had the highest percentage?
It's-
No,
You
I
can
don't
have a
believe
good night.
I
You can have a
don't
good
believe.
night.
I don't believe. I don't. I'm
Bro,
sorry.
Mars,
I don't
I'm
believe.
with you, bro. There's no.
I
first of
get
all,
it.
There's no way he scored 100. Second of all, there's no way he was just buckets from the free throw line like that.
It's impossible for me to believe that he shot 87% from the line.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I mean, I get it. I get it.
That's
I'm
bonkers.
saying-
32 free throws.
I'm saying sometimes you could just be. Sometimes you just feeling it, man. That's
Bro,
all I gotta
that's
say.
tough to hit 28 free throws in a row, not in a game.
Wait,
I've
he
never
hit
done
28 in a row?
No. I'm saying he was 20. What did you say, Mars? 28 from 32. I mean, it's just
32.
that's just ridiculous.
Well, that's the reason why he got the 100 piece, because it was his best free throw percentage ever. Like
right.
you know, like that was the time where he was like, you know what? Like today I'm concentrating, I'm locked in. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I didn't drink no alcohol today. You know, I've been doing yoga.
I ain't spit on no white people today.
Yeah, didn't spit on nobody in the elevator. You know what I'm saying? He was just locked.
Wait,
in
that was
that
That's
Wilt?
why.
Wait,
You
that
know
was
what?
Wilt?
Wilt-
Yes,
Wilt did
that's
that
why.
when Kareem
That's
was
why
in
I
his-
don't think he
Kareem.
was real. No. Kareem was in the elevator. This is why I don't. This is why I don't
that's
believe in
right.
Wilt
Oh, 'cause
sometimes.
he spit
This
on
is why
somebody?
Also, guess who Wilt scored?
a
his
black man
100
spitting
against?
on a white
Guess
person
who-
in the
guess who Wilt
60s.
scored his 100.
I mean, well, Jack Johnson used to do wild shit too.
It was also the New York Knicks. So the Knicks just want to just stay giving up terrible games to everyone. So I just don't. Wilt Chamberlain, cap. The 50
Yeah.
the 50 points.
But oh my God,
100 is
that's
cap.
where it started. That's where it started for New York, where guys just so over there and just let their nuts
Right.
drag all over the
Exactly.
court. It was
You know what
Wilt
I'm about to
Chamberlain.
do?
He set the tone.
Yeah,
he set the
everyone's
tone.
everyone's
Look,
just trying to
JD,
live up to the Wilt
Mars.
Chamberlain murder in New York.
I know for a fact I'm the worst free throw shooter on the screen right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna shoot 32 free throws until I make 28. I'm gonna record it, and if I can make 28 out of 32, then it's realistic. I've never done that before.
Hell no,
you know,
bro. I couldn't
It's-
make
it's
I couldn't
different in
make
the
3
game.
free throws.
I know it is, Mars, but this is all I got. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to the NBA.
career 51% free throw shooter makes 28 and 32. I'm sorry.
I was an awful free throw shooter. Brandon Azoria, shout out to Brandon Azoria becoming an all-star member of the Players' Choice YouTube channel. I still want to talk about – I want to stay on this Luka topic because we have to watch this panel clip from Ron, but I want to hit some of these super chats are
Yes, sir.
still on this topic.
Can I say something?
Did you guys see this? Never knew that that was JD. Could have sworn he was black. What? Like what?
I don't know.
Somebody who didn't see you before? Oh, they only like listen?
Oh, that's so random. Christopher D.
Yeah.
Is Luka's 60-point game the best performance for anyone scoring 60-plus in the regular season? There's Kobe 62, Shaq 61, MJ 69, Harden 60, etc. Bro, it has to be because it has to be because of what else he did on top of it.
Nah, yeah, this game is up there, bro. This game, 60-20, showing up in the clutch,
crazy
in overtime,
bro.
That's a wild game.
Yeah, when you're talking about best 60-point game, there's like no question.
This is my thing, JD. This is my thing. I know I said what I said yesterday in the chat or on Instagram. Let's not repeat that because I was just really excited about it. And like it was crazy, right? But then I woke up this morning and I was just like, all right, I'm over that shit now. Like, I'm over it. I will call it like post-nut clarity. I'm like, all right.
So
that's post-nut clarity.
Because Bobby brought it up.
Wake up, you like, bitch.
Because Bobby brought it up. This is what he said in. This is what he said. JD looked like Gordon Hayward.
You really do. That's crazy.
Oh, so all white people look alike. That's crazy.
Nah, it's the haircut. It's definitely.
So Bobby said, that's beyond incredible, which is a valid statement. And then he said, nah, he's the best player to ever touch the hardwood. Forget everything I ever said about him. And then he said, Luka is greater than Bron, Magic, MJ, Kobe. And then he said he's not messing with Kareem, though. But
I was just bullshit.
Bobby's taking that back.
Why do y'all do that? I hate it. G-Baby does the same thing. Stop pulling up receipts from the group chat, bro. That is nasty. That is the nastiest energy I've seen in my life. To try to hold that.
This one's harmless. This one's harmless. I would never bring up anything.
L host.
Blasphemous.
L host.
Jamal Williams, Kyrie's 57 against the Spurs.
That game was crazy.
That game was wild.
Isaac Costin, Greek Freak, went 17 from 19 from the free throw line in the finals. That's also pretty nuts.
Mars.
That is nuts.
Career 50% free throw shooter. It's not the same. If you told me Shaq went 25 of 28, cool. But I looked at Shaq's MVP season. Best he shot was 11 of 12. When he had 30 plus free throw attempts, it was like 57%. So yeah, if Wilt Chamberlain did go 28 or 32, I don't believe there's no footage.
MC Robinson said, JD, you have Luka 60 over Kobe, retirement 60. I mean, bro, come on.
Kobe shot like 80 shots.
And also that's just like a
oh wait, no. Oh, you know what? Oh,
Kobe did close that game though. Like
Kobe
activated clutch mode that game.
Kobe was different because that was his last game. So there was a different level of like nostalgia with that game. If we're going off of like performance and like we were talking about superstar and elite, like I'll say, yeah, the Luka Doncic was a better performance. But the fact that was Kobe Bryant's last game,
right,
dropping 60 and coming up in the clutch, to me, I wouldn't. I was glued to that screen the whole time.
And you know what? I was just about to say that.
I was
just about to say that, Dub. Dub, because I remember how I just said you didn't watch him score 81, and I'm sorry for saying that because you say you watched it. But that's probably my biggest basketball regret was not watching that Kobe game, that retirement game.
You didn't watch it?
Because I was in Australia, and everybody was like, "We're gonna stay up and watch the game." I'm like, I'm not. I'm tired. I'm going to sleep. And then
I didn't watch it because I was watching Golden State get 73 wins against Memphis.
Yeah, he needs to be timed out for that one. He needs to be timed out for that one.
All right,
I regret that. I wish I could have watched that.
Let's see what Ron was talking about. What one is this Brooklyn Nets? That was crazy.
Say it again. Say it again. Say it again.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mo, say it one more time. One more
I
time.
don't know what you're talking about.
Wow, that's crazy.
That was crazy. All right.
Hey, JD, are you not gonna bring up Brian capping about the Dirk?
Yo, that was
Dirk
hilarious.
statue?
We're gonna talk about it for sure, but we have to talk about Ron Steak. I still haven't watched this, so this is my first time watching this, listening to this. Hopefully everyone can hear this. We'll play this.
I guess Joe Harris.
No, who are the Pacers going to take for him?
Yeah, like they don't have enough. They don't have enough.
And on top of that, with the Pacers trying to do what they're trying to do, they're not handing him over to Brooklyn. No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
facts.
that's true.
Facts.
Yep.
Facts.
Jimmy
No,
Choo-
Ron. No, Ron. I saw that super chat. Let's please bring that super chat back up.
Lance Mansfield said, "Was the Luka Trey trade a win-win for both teams?"
You tell us.
Can we also talk about Chill's? Did you guys hear
That boy know how to roll his tongue. Shoot.
that? Okay.
Tell us.
So hold on.
Hold on, before you go any further, Ron. Before you answer this question, I want you to take off that biased
It's
fan
not
hat
coming
and
off.
put
It's
on.
not coming off. It's
Take
not
that
coming off.
biased fan hat off and put on your objective hat
Hey.
right now, Mars. Not
He
Mars.
can't.
Ron,
He
do
literally was about to
Do it.
skip through the question.
No, he's
Look,
going in
look,
order.
look.
He's showing them all and then going in
Yeah.
order. I
Yeah, but
stopped.
I mean,
bias. Take that
W
biased
host.
fan
W
hat
host.
off.
Yo,
Do it.
chill. Check it out. This biased fan hat is glued to my head the way that
Oh,
do-rag is
my
glued
God.
to Ticket's head.
Kill
It's
him.
not coming off. But check this out though. So hold on. Can we get the trade all together? So they traded it was the 2 and the 5 pick, right?
Mhm.
And it was essentially Luka got traded for Trey and who else? Because it was
Yeah,
And
they
ended-
got-
I
they-
think it
they
ended
got
up being
the-
the next
they
year,
got
Cam
Reddish,
Reddish, right?
They got Cam
They got-
Reddish.
Yeah, Cam Reddish.
turned out to
Cam
be
Reddish is in
Reddish.
New York now. So
Yeah.
that
Mhm.
worked out.
So they got Trey and Cam Reddish for Luka. Is that a good deal?
I mean, if I could go back, I'd do it. I'll do it again.
Y'all call it. They call it.
Ron, I don't even know that we need to go any further. If you could go back in time knowing what you know right now, you would
JD,
do it
this is-
again?
This is what we got to though, JD. It's not necessarily the Luka for Trey swap. It's the next year Cam Reddish not being as good as we expected. Well, as good as I expected, and obviously the Hawks expected Cam Reddish to be. If they would have took maybe Tyler Hero that next year, I could see that working out. I don't think the Trey was the worst, was the bad part of the trade. I mean, Trey, no, I don't think Trey's as good as Luka, but I don't really care for either one of them too much, as you know. But I think if they would have took Tyler Hero or Jordan Poole or somebody else too, that was where they kind of as as people say, that's where they screwed the pooch, you know.
There's 4 more minutes of this. I want to know what he says right after this, and then we can move on. But, bro, going back in time and doing the same thing, come on, Ron. I know you're trolling.
Ron don't even believe that. Look at Ron's face. He don't even believe that. He doesn't.
Hey, I mean, look, based on what Atlanta has done with Trey, I don't think they regret anything. Trey's got him to a conference finals right now. Right now, they are a legit team. They're cool. Even going into the future, I think that they are content with Trey being their centerpiece.
Hold on, wait.
Give me
a second. Give me a second. JD, isn't there trade rumors for Trey Young right now?
He's trying to get Nate McMillan can. So
They're having issues. I saw something recently of them clashing, button heads, Nate McMillan and Trey. I don't know about trade rumors for him.
I thought I seen. I could be wrong, but I think there is some type of drama going on with the Atlanta Hawks.
Trey want to come off the bench, coming back from an injury or something, so he just didn't show up to the game or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was something like that, and then that caused issues.
They
I
disagreed
guess.
on the way he was rehabbing his shoulder. Bro, that's where we're disagreeing.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the Mavs would have. I think the Hawks would have definitely took Luka.
They would have liked to take Luka, Ron.
Yeah, go. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yeah, I
think the
close
Kings
out
would
of
have
it.
liked to take Luka instead of Marvin Bagley.
The
Oh,
Kings would have
man,
taken a
that's
lot of
awesome.
people over Marvin Bagley. Marvin Bagley was a bust. Oh my
We should
god.
have got Jaren Jackson probably, but obviously I guess Luka, but
Didn't we draft like 20 people over?
We did do that. We did do that.
Brandon Ozaria, one of the newer Players' Choice YouTube members with the Super Chat. Do you believe a Chris Paul or Drew Holiday type player would help Luka and put Dallas over the top?
Drew Holiday, not Chris Paul.
Yeah, not Chris Paul today, for sure.
Yeah, Chris Paul's too old, and he don't have the defense he used to have. Drew Holiday could. He could find his role with Luka Doncic way better than what Chris Paul could, because Drew Holiday doesn't need to really dominate the ball. Plays great defense.
Yeah,
and he's not that bad of a scorer as well.
I wouldn't be mad about having Drew Holiday, but I don't know that another point guard like that is who we need. I think it's more of like a wing player. Either we need a wing player who can play, make, and score to the level of Luka, or we need a
I just need Paul George. I need Paul George.
I don't want to say dominant big man because it's like, how many of those are there? What the hell is that?
Sorry.
What is that, bro? Are you about to get zapped? About to get abducted?
Nah, blowing the leaves.
UFO.
Blowing the leaves, yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't be mad if we got Drew Holiday. I don't think it.
I don't. As much as I love Drew, I don't think that's enough for Dallas.
Exactly. I don't think it puts us over the top, but I like Drew. So
I think Dallas need a big.
Yeah, I'm with that. Real quick before you go there, JD, is it possible that it wasn't a win-win with the Hawks in the Mavericks? Is it possible that was a lose-lose?
No, it was a win-lose. The Mavs won.
Lose.
The Mavs won.
What?
The Hawks
Just
lost.
the question. It's just a question, though. I'm just
not a lose-lose.
I'm just asking questions.
Not a lose-lose.
No, I'm sorry, Bobby. Nah, not a lose-lose. Not a lose-lose.
Win-lose. Atlanta took the L. Mad Max, 62 points in 3 quarters versus the Mavs better. 62 points.
Kobe's 62 against the Mavs when he outscored the whole team was better. That's what he's saying.
Gotcha. All right. Dirk's statue. Yo, LeBron. Talk to me about this, Bobby. LeBron
you can pull up my receipts for that. You can pull up exactly what I said.
He had to do that on purpose.
You can pull up exactly what I said about LeBron fake James. Okay?
What'd you say? Where you pull that up at?
Oh my God, bro. He's such a capper. Oh my God, bro.
At this point, he's trolling. He's trolling now. Though.
Oh my God,
Dirk is
for sure
the greatest international player ever. Like,
but hold on.
Oh
this
yeah,
is,
that's right.
This is what was crazy.
Yeah,
this is what was crazy. Is he said,
whatever.
It had to be, no question about it. Dirk's a legend. He's an icon. I think he's the greatest international player ever. I put him right there with Manu Ginobili.
Yeah, put some respect on Manu's name.
What happened to Hakeem? What happened to Hakeem?
Bro,
what happened to
Hakeem?
Hakeem?
Hakeem is apparently not an international.
No.
I love Manu.
What he's saying is Hakeem is like number 1. He's putting Dirk up there with Manu. Like,
bro,
number,
so
the,
it
the
goes,
range,
so it goes Dirk then Manu. Like, what?
No, it goes Manu then Dirk.
Okay, now you're just.
All right, bro. Y'all know how I feel about Manu.
I love Manu
all day.
I love Manu, but come on, bro.
But Hakeem's obviously number 1. Like I don't think.
So
I
we
don't.
Don't.
Think Ron was insinuating
We don't.
That he
We don't think that Giannis is better than Manu.
I mean, okay, he will be when he retires.
Is Tim Duncan international or?
I don't think Tim Duncan's.
He played for Team USA.
All right, fine.
If he was, then okay, yeah, we got Tim. But my thing is, yeah, Giannis probably when he retires, I probably will say that. But until he retires, see, that's the thing. I don't like to do that with guys that are still playing, unless it's Bron, because he's been there for.
But even then, you still have Steve Nash over Manu. So Dirk.
No, you don't. No, you don't have Steve Nash over Manu. No, you don't.
I mean, I do.
If you do, you shouldn't. If you do, and I can't tell you what you shouldn't do, but I know I don't. It's not even a question for me.
What are we doing?
Bobby.
Yo, Bobby.
One has 4 rings, an Olympic gold medal. I mean,
Bobby. Oh my God.
Bobby, come on.
Hey, I mean,
Bobby,
hey, look,
let's not do
y'all.
this.
The thing is, y'all
Bobby,
probably
let's not do this.
y'all probably start paying attention to Manu in like 2012, 2011 or something. I've been
I
paying
love
attention to
Manu. I
since he
like
got
Manu.
here. Since
Steve
Manu
Nash.
ran on the soil,
I've been vouching
rocking.
for Manu on the show
Love Manu.
long time ago when I
Yeah.
had to argue that he was better than Klay
I
Thompson,
refuse
so.
to do this with y'all.
What about
Steve-
Yao Ming?
Paul Gasol.
And if y'all mean would have stayed healthy, but get Paul Gasol out of here with that.
I'm taking Manu.
Paul-
Yeah,
I'm taking
Y'all
Manu.
taking Manu? Y'all taking Manu over Paul?
I'm taking Manu over Pau Gasol too.
G baby, I just woke up. G baby, I just woke up. Like,
Oh
I'm
my
very
God.
high on Manu Ginobili, but I'm
I'm like,
taking
hey.
over Pau Gasol.
You're taking Manu over Paul Gasol?
Bro, that shouldn't even be a question. Dog.
Bobby, where's Detlef Shrimp? And I have Manu over Detlef. I'm just wondering, just because he's a Sonic.
Got big left for deadlift, but
Who was better, Tony Parker or Manu?
Manu.
Like to me, easily Manu Ginobili.
To me, it's close, but I'm taking Manu too. But it's close. Tony Parker was like that.
What
And I showed Tony Parker a lot of love.
I like that question. Cool coach. I like the cool coach question. See, like
Bro,
guys
I
like
can't.
Cool coach and
I don't even know.
Like Arvinas, Sabonis, guys like that. They should have just came to the league earlier. And then
Yo,
they
I
would get
can't.
the love
I
they
don't
deserve.
even know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, bro. I don't know.
So
I'm
you
lost.
think Pau Gasol just clears Manu Ginobili?
I think Paul Gasol is better than Manu Ginobili, 100%.
But so clear that it's crazy to say Manu's better.
I think it's crazy to say Manu's better. A guy who was a proven number one option, a proven number two option, while Manu Ginobili, at his best, he was the number three.
No.
Oh, dub.
Where?
Manu
He was
Ginobili-
number two.
Manu
He was
Ginobili
number
should
two to
have a
Tim Duncan.
Finals MVP. That's all.
Tony
Manu
Parker
Ginobili-
was number two. What are
No,
we doing?
he was not. No. Manu Ginobili
we
was
gonna
number
lie?
2. Tony Parker was number 3.
Are we
And
gonna
I
lie?
know you want to try and
Are we
give
gonna
this
lie?
argument of Manu Ginobili came
What
off
does
the
num-
bench.
What do these numbers mean? Number one.
Dub,
two,
there's only we only got an hour
I
and a
think
half
Ma-
left.
I
bro.
think
There's
Manu
so
Ginobili-
much
We're
to
gonna
learn.
lie?
and
Manu
so
Ginobili
little-
We're gonna
is
lie?
the second best
We're gonna
player.
lie. This is what we're
So-
doing. We're gonna lie.
How is that a lie?
We're gonna lie.
How is it
Tony
a lie?
Parker was the two.
What does the
I
two
had-
mean?
He was the
Second best player on
he was the
team.
second best player on the team.
I
He was the
disagree.
second option.
I
He was the
disagree.
guy who was their point guard. He was a good scorer for that team as well. And it's not to shit on Manu Ginobili at all. I know what Manu brought. Like, he was a great playmaker for them too. He was a great scorer for them too. But Tony Parker had way more responsibility than Manu Ginobili. Like, come on, what are we doing now?
So okay. So if you're talking about Tony versus Manu, I'm talking more about the Manu versus the other guys, saying that Manu was a 3-4 option. What you guys got to realize is those guys on the Spurs, they decided that they wanted to be a dynasty. They decided that they wanted to win championships. They didn't want to split up and, I want to be the man, I want to be man. They decided we're going to stick together and we're going to play basketball. We're going to be a family and we're going to play team basketball and we're going to beat everybody's ass. That's why they got all those rings. Manu could have went somewhere and been in. So Manu at the being the first option, he would have had to have a really good team with him to have a lot of success. But Manu had the ability. He had the ability to,
And I agree.
to be that guy. You know what I'm saying?
And I agree with wait, hold on, wait. Can I respond to Bobby? Can I respond to Bobby real quick? Because I agree with Bobby. Like, I'm not taking that away from Manu. Like, I know that I think he has a good possibly being a good number one and good number two. I'm not taking that away from him. But the thing is, he didn't prove that to me. So a guy in Paul Gasol proving that to me, showing me that
Paul Gasol proved what to you?
That he could be a number one on a playoff bound team, and he could be a number two on a championship team.
I'm not going to disrespect Paul Gasol. I think
so I'm gonna ride more with a guy like that than a Manu Ginobili, where I'm just going off of an assumption rather than me just seeing it. You feel me?
So I have a question, Dub. Would you consider Manu Ginobili a number 2 if he started the games?
If he started, it would depend on the role in which he's taking. Because if he
would be the same role.
Because we're talking about we're talking with Tony Parker and Tim Duncan, right?
Yes.
Like, so if Tony Parker is still that guy, setting everything up for the guys, being that secondary scorer for the guys as well, I'm gonna lean more towards him being that number 2 guy over Manu Ginobili, regardless if he's starting or not.
In the 2000s, I don't think Tony Parker was this number 2 guy. The 2010s, like the 13-14 finals, yeah, for sure, but. Y'all 05 to like 2012, Ginobili to me was clearly the second best player on that team.
But Manu put fear in a lot of cats' hearts. A lot of these cats did not want to see Manu coming. Like, except for Kobe, everybody else was like, "Damn!" Like,
exactly.
And even Kobe was excited to play Manu. Even Kobe wasn't excited to see Manu. Didn't nobody want to play Manu.
Manu was great.
Ask James Harden about him.
But Manu was great, bro. Manu was great, and I'm not taking that away from him. But I mean, even in 2005, Mars, like Tony Parker, in my opinion, just had way more responsibility than Manu Ginobili. Manu was just a guy come off the bench, give you some buckets, add a secondary playmaking role to the team, while Tony Parker was the definitive passer and playmaker, and a good secondary or third scorer to that team. I just think he has more responsibility, in my opinion, which is why he's a number 2.
If your argument is predicated on the fact that he had more responsibility, then he would be the number 1 and Tim Duncan would be the number 2 because Tony Parker had more responsibility than Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan in the deep. No, because Tim Duncan offensively, I think you could argue Tony Parker maybe, but defensively, Tim Duncan was the leader, the sole leader, and sole.
That has nothing to do with first, second, third option. We're only talking about offensively.
Yeah.
Well, no,
I thought y'all was going off his second and third best player.
I was talking about Manu sat down on the defensive end and he locked up.
Even then, Tim Duncan. I think Tim Duncan was the go. I think Tim Duncan was the go-to guy for them scoring, right?
Of course, bro. Tim Duncan. There's no argument that Tim Duncan is not the first option. But when you're saying first option, second option, third option, I'm only talking about offensively. If you're having a conversation of who the better players are, sure, that would be different because of the both sides of the basketball. I still probably take Manu Ginobili over Tony Parker in that argument too. But
what?
I don't know. I blacked out.
Let me address the point because we was talking about Tony Parker and Manu, right? Those guys in the scoring production was similar to each other. So the guy who's having more responsibility and controlling the offense for that team, I'm going to look at him more as an option than Manu Ginobili. Tim Duncan, even on offense, in my opinion, is different because he was always. We're talking about like before, like 2010s. He was always the main scorer for that team, and they're always looking to feed and work through him. So of course, he's the first option for them.
I could see that. I could see that argument if you're one of the guys like Lowe, for instance, that doesn't believe that there's ever been such thing as a traditional point guard, which I don't know what the hell he's talking about. But when you're the traditional point guard, you have that responsibility. You are the coach on the floor. You are the leader on the floor. That doesn't necessarily make you the best player on the team, but somebody has to be the floor general. And Tony Parker was a phenomenal floor general.
But he was a floor general and a good scorer, similar to Manu Ginobili.
He was a very decent scorer. But Manu, let me say this: Manu could do everything Tony Parker could do, and then some. And he was a shooting guard, and he's bigger, longer, just maybe not as fast, but just as quick. You know, I don't see what y'all don't see in Manu. And,
I love Manu.
We all have opinions.
And I love Manu. I just don't want to. I never thought that Tony Parker wasn't the 2. That's my whole point. I always thought majority of the time he was always the 2.
That's fine. That's fine, and I'm not mad at you for feeling that way because Tony Parker had some big moments. He played. You know, Tony Parker was a phenomenal player. I'm not trying to take anything away from him, but Manu is top 5 international players all time.
You can feel that way. You're
and he's not 5.
I'm not wrong. I promise you. Don't pull that bullshit. Don't pull that bullshit.
Agree with Dub on this topic.
A lot of these fucking dogs. Y'all pissing me off. Now these fucking dogs are pissing me off. And we stemmed away from what I was gonna say about LeBron. So I will say this before I have to yell at these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
LeBron's a fake ass motherfucker. You know what? Maybe that's a sign for me not to say it.
Yeah. You better watch what you say about Bron.
You know what? That's a sign for me not to. You hear it. You hear the blow, right?
Yeah. Mad Max with the super chat. Giannis, Embiid, Dirk, Joker, Luka better than Manu ever was. Nash better than Manu. Bobby needs to relax. Manu was a bench player. Is Manu Tony Parker? I don't know what the end of that was, but bro, I hate the bench player shit is so dumb. Starter minutes. The bench player shit's so dumb.
That's fine, Max. I'm not. That's you know what, Max? That's a fair argument. You're wrong, but that's a fair argument.
Well done for taking the high road. Well done.
Isaac Costin. Bobby needs a nap. He's tired with that Manu take. Mad Max with the other super chat. Tony, finals MVP, and was viewed as a top 5 point guard around 2013-14. Manu was never top 5 shooting guards. LMAO and Pau clearly over Manu. Come on now.
Manu should have a
Finals
finals MVP. Manu should have a finals MVP, first of all. Tony Parker, was a top 5 point guard. That's fair. Manu Ginobili, to me, was also a top 5 shooting guard for about a 5-year stretch. If he wasn't, I'd love to know the 5 shooting guards were better than him from like 05 to 2011-ish. I'd love to know the 5 names.
I'll go as far to 2013. No,
I was going to say 2012, but I wanted to say 2011 to be conservative. So I would love to know the 5 shooting guards definitively better than Manu Ginobili in that stretch. And if you were saying the better,
In what stretch? In what stretch?
05 to 2011 or 2012, the 5 shooting guards definitively better than Manu Ginobili.
So we had Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne Wade, Kobe Bryant.
Only Kobe was definitively better. D Wade was better. D Wade was better.
Dwayne Wade was definitively better.
D Wade was better. I'm saying it. D Wade was better, but Manu could play with D Wade though. Like Manu, he wasn't. You know how it is in basketball. Like, okay, yeah, this guy's better than me, but I can play with him though. You know, I can.
Bro,
I can
everyone can play with everyone. That's
not
who's
true.
over who.
That's not true, JD. That's not true.
I still love to know the 5 shooting guards who are definitively over Manu.
Kobe, Dwayne Wade. You said 05 to
maybe you get the last.
You said
years
05?
of T-Mac in Houston, I
right.
guess.
T-Mac.
You got
Vince Carter, but Vince
couple
Carter's
years
getting
with
like
couple years where Allen
taken.
Iverson is. Couple years with Allen Iverson too. Ray Allen, where he was on the Sonics as well.
So you get maybe up a couple years from 05 to 07. You get
This is 2000. Like this is the beginning, like 2005. I'm gonna check the others.
I still don't even agree with all these names, but yeah.
Michael
Vince Carter from 05 to 11.
Like Vince Carter, I'm just not gonna get with.
Yeah, it's tough.
I don't
to put
even
him
think
up
I'm
there.
gonna go with Ray Allen personally.
What the hell? Better than Manu?
From 05 to 2011, nah.
Well, I mean that whole thing because they fell off, but from 05 to like 07.
This fool said Nick Anderson.
You can have Ray Allen.
Nick Anderson was nasty, but that's
Ray
the
Allen
90s.
Sonics, maybe first year Boston. You can have that.
Oh, hold on.
I'm not giving that. I'm not giving that either.
I'll give it. It's not whether or not I agree with it totally. I don't care, but you're still not gonna get to 5.
Michael Redd?
Kobe, no.
Michael Redd. I love Michael Redd.
Kobe and D Wade is where the love stopped.
Michael
For
Redd.
me, my opinion.
See, Brandon Roy's a tough one because.
Oh my God.
Brandon Roy probably would have been one of those guys. That's
Joe Johnson. Joe Johnson?
I'm not giving Joe either.
You're not giving Joe?
Big time like Joe.
That's crazy, bro. I gotta.
Well, I would say Joe, but not like because what Joe was with the Suns. He was with the
Hawks. He was with the Hawks. Talking about before 2010. With the Hawks.
Well, he got when did Joe get to the Hawks?
He was with the Hawks. Let me double check.
He's with the Hawks for a while, right?
He was with the Hawks for a little bit.
He was with the Suns first, though, right? When he was young over there with
he was with the Suns. He was with Phoenix, but he left Phoenix like after like Nash's like first MVP or something.
In 06, he went to the Hawks and he stayed there all the way through 2012. I'm putting Joe Johnson. I'm putting Joe Johnson over Manu.
I'm not mad at you, but I disagree.
Yeah, you can do that. I mean, Manu Ginobili to me is still top 5.
Joe was cold. I like Joe a lot.
Speaking of Joe Johnson still looks like he could play in the NBA. Have you guys seen him?
I was
the way that he's just maintaining.
Didn't he play a game? Didn't he play a game like a couple seasons ago?
Last year with the Celtics.
He played a game.
I admire y'all love for Manu Ginobili because I know like Manu Ginobili does have game. Like he really has game, but I'm not with y'all on this. I'm not.
I'm saying Rip Hamilton was better.
I ain't mad at you, Doug.
Bro, Rip Hamilton and Manu Ginobili is really not.
I might give that to Manu.
That far off.
I think Manu.
I think Manu's just better.
All right, Christopher.
He's severely underrated.
Christopher D said Manu should have been Finals MVP in 05. And then he said, Bobby, the way you're caping for Manu makes me think you got him as a top 5 shooting guard all time.
I've already said that. I won't repeat it.
Luka or Kamari, I think it's Kamari. Luka and Trey have reached the same success.
That's a fact.
Doesn't have anything to do with their individual talent.
Trey has no 60.
Adam Morrison has a ring. Do we talk about him at all?
JD,
He wasn't.
stop.
He wasn't the best player on the team. He wasn't the best player on the team.
Are we saying that he's better than JJ Redick because he has a ring?
Look, my thing is, Trey went to the Eastern Conference Finals before Luka went to the Western Conference Finals.
I mean,
Wow.
He
They both lost to the champs, and Trey won more games.
Right. I mean, I'm not gonna rank that, but due to the super chat bringing it up, I have to speak on it. I agree. So who's to say who's better?
I'm gonna put my.
They both beat teams in the second round. All-time great
right.
jobs.
Let me put my ticket impression. They were getting walked down. They're getting walked down by Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, a hurt Kawhi Leonard who don't even know how to be healthy. You really think that a man like that is better than Trey Young? Are you serious? That's all I gotta say.
I mean, yeah, the Mavericks were beating Utah without Luka Doncic. Think about it.
That's a fact. Where would they be without Jalen Brunson?
Where is that impact?
Without Jalen Brunson?
Exactly. Jalen Brunson didn't even play against the Knicks. That's why Luka was allowed to get 60. I know RJ Barrett went out with 2 minutes played.
He got front row tickets to seeing what he's missing
best
out.
Players and Luka has 60 and everyone.
I didn't even have that information, JD. I didn't even have that information.
Did you just say they're two best players?
All the data.
You say they're who? RJ Barrett.
RJ Barrett and Jalen Brunson.
Come on. What was RJ Barrett gonna do?
Clamp.
Hey, that's your All-Star candidate somehow.
I walked it back. I walked it back.
It's on the internet. It's there forever.
Trent with the super chat, bro. Stop lying. Manu was never and nowhere near close to being a top 2 shooting guard in the league ever, and Manu not even a top 10 shooting guard of all time. Bro,
I mean, I only said that because in the Redeemed Team documentary, Dwayne Wade spoke about how they had those publications that said Manu Ginobili was the second best shooting guard in the NBA. I don't believe he was ever better than Dwayne Wade, but the documents or whatever the publications were saying it. That's the only reason I brought it up. And Manu Ginobili not being a top 10 shooting guard of all time. If you count George Gervin as a shooting guard.
Mars. No, Mars. Cut it out. Mars. No, Mars. Mars. You be lying. No, Mars. Put a pipe and smoke it, Mars. Put a pipe and smoke it, Mars. Mars, you be lying. Mars. And I'm going to whoop your ass just like I do every show. I'm going to It's like, you got it.
MJ, Kobe,
Put it in your pipe.
James Harden, AI, T-Mac, Ray Allen, Reggie Miller, George Gervin.
I thought George Gervin's a small forward. Am I tripping?
Yeah,
people tell me he's a shooting guard all the time.
He was a tall shooting guard. He was a tall shooting guard.
He was 6'7".
So George Gervin would be 9. Then that 10th spot, you got Manu, Vince Carter. Oh, I didn't say Clyde Drexler. Clyde Drexler's top 10. So yeah, Manu Ginobili wouldn't be my top 10.
Okay.
I got him. You know where I got him.
So wait, where do we are we ranking George Gervin as a shooting guard?
I always consider him as a small forward. Like just my brain just sees George Gervin and thinks small forward. But I'm
when I see George Gervin, I think small forward.
I think small forward as well.
But people tell me he's a shooting guard, so I'll go with it. Same reason I didn't include Jerry West because people tell me he's a point guard. I just go with shooting guard.
I'm pretty sure George Gervin was a shooting guard though.
Yeah, that's why I'm not gonna fight.
I still got Manu.
Based on that, yeah, Manu wouldn't be top 10 for me.
Christopher D. Unpopular opinion: Wade was a religious flopper in his career. He's got the second most fines for a shooting guard in NBA history.
That's a popular opinion.
Yeah, I mean, Dwayne Wade had rules change because of the foolishness he was doing.
He leaned in all the time.
Yeah,
he tried to end Rajon Rondo's career with that bullshit he did falling on his arm.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, that was corny. I was finna get that ass whooped.
I forgot to talk about this when we were talking about the Dirk statue, but do you guys know what the quote is on the well, it's not a quote, it's just...
Loyalty never fades away, which I didn't get because they have a statue of him fading away, which would imply that he's not loyal. Which is I commented that on a TikTok. I was like, loyalty never fades away, but he's fading away.
Come on, Mark.
He fades away, but loyalty doesn't.
Exactly. Loyalty never fades away, Mars. Come on.
Well, he's fading away.
He fades away.
The loyalty's not there.
Loyalty
the
doesn't.
loyalty's not there. The loyalty's not there. He's fading away.
The loyalty's not there is crazy.
Yeah, the
That's
loyalty's
just
not there
how
is
I
crazy.
interpreted it. I just found that kind of funny.
The
but-
most loyal
Don't y'all
player.
find it funny how LeBron just wants to be liked by Dirk Nowitzki so bad?
Bro, I'm pretty sure he's trolling, bro. Like he at this point he knows what he's doing. I mean, he's known what he's been doing for the longest time now. But like I think he just kind of leans into these memes and shit now because it's just it's gonna garner so much attention
This
and it's
wasn't a
harmless.
meme.
It's harmless.
This wasn't a meme, bro.
When he said I knew what Dirk's statue was gonna look like.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm
that's
talking
a meme.
about.
That's a meme.
Yeah.
no, I mean, to be fair, didn't we all kind
Of
figure
course
out it?
everyone knew what the statue
But
was
yeah,
gonna be,
he
but
did say he.
Okay, that part was funny, but I'm talking
Yeah.
about calling Dirk the best international player ever.
I mean, that's
What-
not
what-
far fetched
But
though.
then,
That's
but
not
then
far
LeBron
fetched
can,
though.
LeBron can say
That's
he lost to the best
far-fetched.
international player ever in the finals.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
I say in the chat, though, what I tell you, we all just want to be loved by our fathers.
Exactly.
That's all.
And Dirk Nowitzki made LeBron his son, and it seems as if he's always wanted that approval from Dirk Nowitzki, and Dirk Nowitzki never gave him. So he's gonna big him up as much as he possibly could, so that Dirk could call him one day and be like, you know what? I like you, son. I whooped your ass.
you, son.
and I whooped your ass, and now I think it's time for us to move past that. That's all LeBron wants.
Did you guys on Christmas? I missed the show, so I apologize if I'm talking about things you guys already talked about. But did you guys talking about Harden? The Harden rumors about him potentially wanting to return to the Rockets?
Briefly, because he just misses the strip clubs. The strip clubs in Philly ain't as good as the strip clubs in Houston.
He's trying to take Jalen Green shine because he knows Jalen Green is the best shooting guard in Rockets history.
Jalen Green is punching the shit out of the air right now. Oh my god, I would feel so bad for Jalen Green if James Harden goes over there and ruins his young career.
No, it would
Exactly.
be.
That's what
Why
he
does
said.
James Harden want? Why does James Harden want to go back to Houston?
Well, he said he doesn't, though. He
sees
said he
Jalen Green
doesn't.
becoming the best shooting guard in Rockets history, and he's trying to change that. That's what it is.
I think they have a good thing going on Philly right now, so I don't know why he's trying to fuck that up.
But
I don't think he is. It's just a.
He came out and said that he never said any of that. it's
yeah,
just somebody
how did?
took
But
something
why?
wrong.
Who leaks that?
The media just trying to
Did
call.
the
someone
Brooklyn
just wants to
Nets?
create- they just
Were
want
the
to create
Brooklyn
some
Nets
news.
trying to?
Steve Nash. It was Steve Nash.
It was Kevin Durant after he was talking shit.
Yeah, KD jumped on his burner and
Yeah. He started hitting up the inside sources like, yo, you should hear what James told me on the yacht the other day.
Yeah.
He's trying to make his way back to Houston. That's crazy.
Hey Mars, I do want to tell you something though. Your Philly take wasn't that bad in the beginning of the season. I don't know why you walked that back.
What
I
was
told
it?
I walked it back because I don't. I think they have a chance to win. I still think if they play the Bucks in the series, I still think they win. But Doc Rivers is there, and that's something you have to account for. But I still think because I knew James Harden wasn't washed, despite what everyone seemed to believe, and I knew Joel Embiid was a fantastic player, and I like the way the roster was built. But you have Doc Rivers, so I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm back on the Philly train. I'm gonna say I picked them to the finals. But I don't regret saying I picked them for the finals because I do believe that the team is good enough to make that run, and I don't think it's crazy to have said that at the time.
I don't think
still
it. I don't think it was crazy, and I don't think it was crazy that you said that at the time, right? And when they were losing games, I was actually one of the main people who were saying, y'all complaining about them losing games, but when they lost to Boston, they played good. Their team just lost. Like they played actually really good. They lost to Milwaukee. I still thought that they played good. Their team just lost. And then after that little stint, they lost to the Spurs and then was winning and losing some games and then got hurt. And then since they were losing while hurt, everyone was on your ass about it, saying that you were wrong about the Philadelphia Sixers. And now that everyone's healthy, everyone's turning around, and now you don't really look that bad for saying that. So the thing I'm saying is, when shit like that happens where they're losing because of injuries, stand on that, bro. Stand on that.
I hopped off because of Doc Rivers more than I hopped off because of injuries. Because James Harden, like for some reason, I'm seen as this James Harden super fan now, which is weird. Didn't know that would happen.
Anytime you support anybody, you're gonna get a call to super fan for anybody.
Yeah, I did. That was something I never expected to be called a James Harden super fan, but apparently that's why I Joel Embiid. I mean, everyone knows what Joel Embiid is at this point. One of the best scorers from the 5 position, maybe ever. But Joel Embiid, he's crazy. They have a good offensive system in place, and then you got Tyrese Maxey. PJ Tucker's just there to be annoying. Like the team's good, but Doc Rivers is there. Same reason I don't believe in the Bucks is Coach Bud. So I have to be consistent and say coaching is their biggest flaw.
And you don't believe in the Nets because of Nash, so I get it.
Yeah, but Nash is gone, so the Brooklyn Nets, they did the right thing, but Philly and Milwaukee are yet to do.
How does it feel now? How does it feel now to be called like a? Because I was always like defending KD and everything, but I was never like a super fan of KD. How does it feel to be on the other side of that?
It's weird because I've been called a Steph Curry super fan, which I guess makes sense because obviously
you are a fan. You are
me being a Warriors bandwagon, that makes sense. But even though I think I'm extremely critical of Steph Curry and extremely unbiased, but the James Harden stuff, it comes from me thinking he's better than Allen Iverson, which is weird. It's not like I'm saying James Harden is better than Dwayne Wade. It's not like I'm saying James Harden has never had playoff moments where he's choked or he's played terribly. It's not like I've made excuses for him playing terribly. Like, I don't get where this super fan thing comes from. It's like when you say something that isn't maybe agreed with by many people,
you're all of a sudden a super fan.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, I've been called a LeBron James super fan. I've been called a Bronsexual and a LeBron hater because I've had different opinions on LeBron James. So you can't please everyone. No matter what.
Speaking of super fans, I went to the mall yesterday and I was looking for a Luka Doncic jersey because I'm going to a Mavs game. Going to be the first time I get to see Luka Doncic in Portland. Let's freaking go. And there were no Luka Doncic jerseys. So I'm assuming the only thing I could assume is that they sold out of all Luka jerseys on Christmas because it's a goat, man. I am definitely a Luka sexual. I'm a proud Luka sexual.
Sell them in there, JD.
No, bro, they were selling them like a month or two ago because I was in there and I was looking at them right next to John Morant. It was John Morant, Luka, and I was like, I'm about to buy both of these jerseys right now.
Did you get the Ja jersey?
No, I was not about to drop $200.
Oh damn!
That's how much they cost.
It's like 100 something each, I think.
Damn, I'm gonna just support by watching.
Jay, if you ever met Luka, would you roll your tongue the same way Showtime does for Fluent?
Yeah, I'd be like,
I bet.
I'd be like, hello, Luka.
That's actually fire.
Whoa.
Yo, I'm gonna get Luka Doncic in some Players' Choice merch one day. I promise. That's gonna becoming one of my number one goals in life is to get Luka Doncic in some kind of Players' Choice merch. It'll be so fire, and it'll be like a JD type merch. Look at these bozos talking shit. Whatever.
Why are they coming at you so much? Why are you so cringe?
They're probably like 12 years old, bro. Notoriously speaks. Who's the most overrated player of all time? Like what?
James Harden.
Should I just give a different player than?
Give a different player than John Stockton or Allen Iverson. I know that's what you're gonna go with.
That's said overrated, right, Jody?
Yeah. Overrated.
Okay, yeah, James Harden for sure.
Dub's dog.
My dog's pissing me off, bro.
Most overrated dog in the world.
Overrated player.
Most overrated player of all time.
Because I don't want to say the same names. I don't.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's who we usually say: John Stockton, Karl Malone,
Bill Russell.
Bill Russell's definitely up there.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, he's a great respect. Rest in peace, Bill. But bro, come on. Why do we?
I would say
why do we gas that?
See, I was gonna say Magic, but I didn't want to say Magic. But then I was gonna say Moses Malone, but I really didn't want to talk about Moses Malone. I don't think Carmelo's overrated by the masses.
I don't think he is too. We just love him in his scoring, and that's it.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna say Carmelo.
Carmelo is a Hoopers like guy. Carmelo's for sure a Hoopers guy.
Jerry West?
I don't know.
Nah, those 60s guys, I mean, we talk to more old people, so we hear more about Jerry West. But by most people, Jerry West, like most of the 60s, Wilt Chamberlain is overrated. Wilt Chamberlain is for sure overrated. I heard that he was, if it wasn't Jokic, the best offensive big, it was Wilt Chamberlain. That was crazy.
Oh,
Will
Bill
Chamberlain's
Walton.
overrated.
I think
Bill
Bill
Walton.
Walton.
I do think Bill Walton's overrated. But I
Bill
also
Walton,
think he was
that was
great.
that was just a foot issue for Bill Walton. Bill Walton was cold, so
Yeah,
I
he was
understand.
Bill Walton
I
was
get it.
good.
he
Bill
was
Walton was
elite,
good.
but it was
He
at
didn't
the
have a
expense.
long career.
He was more than good, but he
He
just
had a
had
long
really
career.
bad
He
feet.
just didn't have a long career at the top because
Yeah.
like
He just had really bad
he
feet,
went
but
to
he was
the
really, really good.
Clippers and then he was a 6-man in Boston. But like those Portland days, he was like what, maybe a 2.5 seasons, I think, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Where
he
he
was
was
a-
like
he was
playing
a-
at a high level.
It was him and
Playing-
Kareem in the
Yep.
NBA. It was him and Kareem.
Yep.
And
Bill
Dr.
Walton.
J.
I say Bill
Yeah.
Walton.
Yeah, I'll say Will Chamberlain.
Bro, this bozo now is just spamming dumb shit. So enjoy time out, you child. Mythic SA, or sorry, actually, let's get to this one first. Drink more water, Mars. If you don't believe in Butter Doc as a championship coaches, who are some other coaches you don't believe in, and who are the coaches that you do believe in to lead a team to a championship?
Can I change it? Can I change my answer? Can I change my answer? Can I change my answer? I'm sorry. Julius Randle. We'll go with him. Julius Randle. Oh, I'll never forget
I
that.
mean,
Of all time? I
yeah,
don't know.
all time is tough.
All time's
But,
crazy.
He left a terrible taste in my mouth. Pause.
Draymond Green.
Draymond Green.
I don't know how Draymond Green can be overrated.
I mean,
I don't
because
think
he's
so.
not as good as people say he is.
People don't really say he's good.
What?
I mean, I feel like I'm the only person who ever seems to vouch for Draymond Green.
Maybe on here, but people love Draymond.
From who?
People
Where are
love Draymond.
Where
Am
are they?
I supposed
'Cause I
to
don't see it.
name names?
No, like, I just don't see
Before
this
he
love.
punched Jordan Poole, people were really riding Draymond. Like a lot
In
of people
terms
got
of
a lot
what?
Of
He was clowned for the finals. He gets called triple single all the time on social media. No matter what he does, it's triple single. Apparently, he does nothing on offense besides pass the ball to Stephen Clay. I'm not seeing the people who think Draymond Green's good.
Well, look, okay, Mark. So this is what I'm saying. However good people say he is, even if it's triple single, he's not that good. He's still overrated.
Who?
Draymond Green.
Draymond.
I don't think he's overrated though, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
I think a lot of people.
I didn't see it.
A lot of people see him for what he is. You know, the only people that really hold Draymond Green to this crazy standard really is like Mars. He's like the only person I've seen like praise Draymond the way he does.
I feel like Dre's pretty properly rated
yeah, he's a
for
defensive
the
guy.
most part.
He's a great defensive guy, a good playmaker. But I think what does get overrated with Draymond Green, I will say this: for some reason, people think that Draymond Green was this good floor spacer shooter for like the majority of his career. Where it was only like one. It was 1.5 year.
Yeah.
Like that one season in 2016, he was a nice offensive Swiss Army knife weapon. Every year outside of that, borderline trash.
The moment KD got there, he just became John Stockton and stopped looking at the rim.
Exactly.
All right, let's answer this super chat. Who are the other coaches you don't believe in, and then who are the coaches you do to lead a team to a championship?
I mean, so of teams that are contending, coaches I don't think can get it done. I don't think I've seen enough of Jacques Vaughn to say I believe in him. In the West, I don't think Monty Williams will get it done in Phoenix, because I saw him get out coached by Jason Kidd, who I also don't think can get it done in Dallas. But that's not about him. That's just about the team.
I think he can.
With this team,
No, it has nothing to do with the team. I as a coach, I think he could.
Yeah, but right now I don't.
With this coach, yeah, there's no. Phil Jackson couldn't do anything.
Michael Malone is someone who I'm on the fence about. I don't know, because I watched that team when Jokic isn't on the floor and they look like the Detroit Pistons. So I'm not sure about Michael Malone to get it done in the playoffs, but that might be also more to do with their defense being terrible with Jokic.
JB Bickerstaff? JB Bickerstaff?
I think he's a really good coach. I just don't think the Cleveland Cavaliers are good enough. But I think he's an excellent
They're 4th
coach.
seed. They're like 3 games behind the
Yeah,
Celtics.
but you can be a great regular season team, but the playoffs, I just don't think they're good enough to go win 4 playoff series. And I don't think that'll be down to him.
Is this coach of the year, right? This is coach of the year?
No, it's coaches I believe can get it done and win a championship, and coaches I don't. Coaches I do believe Tyronn Lue, I believe in. Steve Kerr, I believe in. Nick Nurse, I believe in. Not with this Toronto team, but Nick Nurse, I think, is one of the best coaches. Eric Spoelstra.
See, that's right. That's where you lose me, Mars.
You
I
don't think
hate
Eric
the.
Spoelstra is a good coach?
And I've just never been high on Eric Spoelstra. I don't think he makes enough.
Adjustments.
Similar to Doc. Similar to Doc. I don't think Eric is quick enough for the adjustments. He's like, I mean, so far as like in-game adjustments, damn near even game-to-game adjustments. Like, he has it, and I'm all for sticking with your game plan, but at some point you got to make adjustments. I know. Close your mouth, Dub. Fly gonna fly in there.
Nah, bro,
Eric Spoelstra is overrated.
this is
bro.
blasphemy. This is
Yeah,
blasphemy.
I'm not
Look.
sure I
I
agree
mean,
with
a lot
That's
of people.
blasphemy.
I've said this to a couple of people, and for the most part, people are like, "No, I kind of, I just don't see it. I don't see it. I think it's similar to Doc, like where KG and Paul Pierce and them made Doc really up here to where he damn near has a job forever. I think Brian.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. No.
Why not?
Wait, Bob.
I'm not even talking.
People were shitting on Eric Spoelstra because he had LeBron James and Dwayne Wade. It took him. It
wasn't
took him.
his fault that he got those guys. I'm not putting.
And that's, no. But your point was this. Your point was they hold him up because of that. No, they were down. They were shitting on him because he had those guys. It took the post LeBron run of Miami being a playoff bound team competing for the playoffs on a year in and year out basis. It took that to validate Eric Spoelstra for him to be a coach. Then when we actually got,
you gonna send G Baby the link.
Send G Baby the link.
He all in the chats. All in the chats. Every time I open my mouth, man, send this man the link.
Yeah,
He obviously got something to say.
G Baby.
My bad, Dub. Go ahead, Dub.
No.
it.
You got it. Yeah, send G Baby the link. But it took that. It took that to revalidate Eric Spoelstra his coaching career. And then as soon as he has a team where even at the time, people were saying, you know what? Miami's a great team. They're one star away. They're a great team, but they're one superstar away. They took a team that supposedly needed one more superstar to make the finals or compete for titles. They made it to the finals without that. Then they went to Game 7 with a Boston Celtics with one of our best guys hurt and Bam Adebayo forgetting how to play basketball.
Don't underrate Bam and Jimmy just to big up Eric Spoelstra, all right?
I'm not underrating them, but that was the narrative. That was the narrative, right?
Don't blow out their flame to light Eric's candle. Okay.
But that was Eric Spoelstra.
Look, Eric Spoelstra is a decent, fairly good coach. Okay, he's mediocre if you ask me. But I mean,
mediocre.
Bro, when you have we're talking about similar than we're talking about good players. I'm talking about him in reference to good coaches. I'm not talking about him in comparison to
who's the good
bad
coaches. Who's the good coaches?
Tyronn Lue. I like Mike Malone. He's on the fence. I still like Mike Malone. I liked Quinn Snyder until they crumbled that last year, but I still like Quinn. I really like Nate McMillan. JD
More than Eric.
I like Nate McMillan probably a couple of notches above.
These guys who hasn't really proven anything, you have them over Eric Spoelstra.
Look, and now I hate to be this guy. I hate to be this guy to say it, but if Nate McMillan had the teams that Eric Spoelstra had,
oh my God! Here we go.
I hate to be that guy.
Eric Spoelstra had Chris Bosh had only Chris Bosh carrying our team to the playoffs. Lost Chris Bosh unexpectedly because of a heart problem, and they were still competing to be in the playoffs.
That's fair, Dub. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Look. Let me just criticize a little bit. And you know who else I want to criticize?
Who?
Steve Kerr. Let me criticize Steve Kerr a little bit too.
For what?
Because when everything is going great for Steve Kerr, it looks good. But the slightest sign of adversity for Steve Kerr, and the team just crumbles. Like, I mean, Mark Jackson gave him a ready-made team, and he capitalized on it like he should have. But anytime there's a sign of adversity, I don't see Steve Kerr. I don't see it.
Mars?
I can't agree with that. I think he changed the whole Mark. He had the players that Mark Jackson had, but he changed the whole system and how the team played. You could say he lucked into the Draymond Green thing with David Lee getting hurt. I guess. But then you look at that 2016 team, once again, the system changed even more. If you look at Steph in 2015 and 2016, the way he played changed. Not only did he ramp up the aggression, he got off the ball even more. You made Draymond Green more of a facilitator in that offense to utilize him better. Then you look at the teams with KD. We've seen how many super teams fail. Steve Kerr being able to maximize the amount of talent he had and make that one of the best teams of all time. When we've seen these collections of talent not work out, it's not like it's
Steph Curry.
But we've seen how many teams have tried to stack the deck with all this talent, and it hasn't worked out to the degree.
But nobody's ever had Steph Curry. And
that's fine. That's fine.
That's a different stat.
That's fine, but they you can say that, but then these teams don't always work out. These super teams, but when it works out with Steve Kerr, you just give all the credit to the players. Then
no. Well,
KD goes down in 2019.
Once again, Mars, I'm not saying that he's a bad coach. I'm just saying I don't think he's as good of a coach as they say. That's what I'm saying about Eric's question.
Okay, well, even then, KD goes down in 2019 in the playoffs against Houston. For the rest of the players, Golden State have the best offense in the playoffs, regardless of who they played. They played against Portland and the Raptors. They had the best offense in the playoffs. Their defense was still elite, and they had guys like Jonas Jerebko, Alfonso McKinney, Quinn Cook, all getting legitimate minutes in finals and Western Conference finals matchups. Their offense was still elite. Their defense was still very good. Steve Kerr did that. The next year, they have no one healthy. They tank the season. They get James Wiseman. Then the next year, we play. James Wiseman's there. The team isn't very good. Then all of a sudden, James Wiseman gets hurt, whether or not that's for the best or the worst, I'm not going to say. The team automatically starts playing at an elite pace. I think they were on like a 60-win pace without James Wiseman. The team was fantastic to close the season. He changed the way Steph Curry was used once again. He started using Steph Curry more in that predominant ball handler, main ball handler, got him as running a lot more pick and rolls, a lot more isolation because he knew the offensive pieces like Kent.
How much of this is Kenny Atkinson?
How would I don't know the answer to that, but Kenny Atkinson is still there. Mike Brown isn't there anymore. You could say the defense maybe is Mike Brown because the defense seems to look much worse. If that's the argument you're going to make and say it's a lot of the assistants, that's fine. From what I've seen from Steve Kerr, he's shown me enough for me to say Steve Kerr is one of the best coaches in the NBA. And for me, if he's not in your top 5 coaches in the NBA, I'd struggle to agree.
Well,
Hello,
I don't know. I don't think so. But another coach I really don't like is Rick Carlisle. I could never come around to Rick Carlisle.
I agree with that. I'm not very high on Rick Carlisle.
What is wrong with? Okay, let's move on. G baby.
What's good with you, baby?
Steve Kerr with an average team. Steve Kerr with an average team isn't getting it done. That's what I'm saying. Same way.
Who does get it done?
Oh my God, Bobby! What? Come on, man. First, I had to hear you with this Manu stuff, and then
I was on point with the Manu stuff, Fuji. I was on point.
Can you just tell me what average NBA team ever won a championship? Can you just answer that for me, please?
The Dallas Mavericks.
You guys
were not average.
You guys
were not.
Oh my God! Like JD, like, do y'all not remember who y'all beat
pretty
on
average.
that run?
I didn't say they were bad. I just said I don't think they're all time great.
Steve Kerr with an average. You said Steve Kerr with an average team isn't getting it done. I know I'm only 24, but even in the 24 years I've lived, I've never seen an NBA champion that was average. I've never seen an NBA championship team that was average.
Kawhi's Raptors.
They were not average. They were not average. We're just lying.
Somebody said Pistons at 04. Are we not going to act like they didn't have one of the best?
That was one of the best. That was one of the best teams I ever seen.
They just consider offense. So that's crazy that you would say.
They had a good offense. Their offense wasn't that bad either.
Hey, the 2000 Lakers. The 2000 Lakers.
It was. Wait.
The 96.
Was it terrible?
Bulls.
It wasn't that bad, right?
I think they had a below average offense.
Damn, for real?
I'm pretty sure it was negative. The Pistons in 04.
Oh,
well, look, G baby. I'm not saying that the benchmark is championship. Like only one. If I said that, then that means there's only one good coach in the NBA. And I didn't say that these guys weren't good coaches. I just said I don't think they're as good as coaches as people say they are. You know, you got. I forget. I have to talk real slow and really watch what I say, because people will lose their fucking minds.
I mean, you did. Out of your mouth, you did say Steve Kerr won't get it done with an average team because Eric Spoelstra won't get it done with an average team.
Okay,
look at Greg Popovich with an average team.
This team is not average.
This team is below average. This team is dog shit.
Okay, when I say get it done, that doesn't mean you have to win the championship. I mean, get it done, like, go somewhere, do something with your team. I stand by that. I don't think Eric Spoelstra and Steve Kerr are as good as coaches as people say they are. I don't think they're bad coaches. I just don't think I don't think they're great coaches.
You don't think
Tyronn Lue is a great coach. Nick Nurse is a great coach. Those coaches are up here. Steve Kerr, Eric Spoelstra are just a little under them. That's just, I don't see anything wrong with that. Like,
so you don't think they're top 5 coaches?
I mean, here we go, just making list shit again. Top 5 coaches.
I mean, wasn't
I don't know. I mean, they're probably somewhere in like the. Well, they asked Mars the question. I just kind of butted in there after he was done. So I don't know if that was the question, but. If I were to make the list, I would probably they're somewhere in that
Hey Jay, mute your damn mic. I can hear you crunching all over there.
Come on, JD. JD, you've been doing this for 2 years.
Facts. You go shit on me. Why don't you shit on yourself? How about that? Damn.
Yeah. So no, I don't think I got them top 5 coaches. I don't know. But if you put in accolades and like all that and like what they've done throughout this whole time, then of course they're gonna be in there, at some point. But I just don't. No, I don't. Okay, to answer your question, no, I don't got them top 5 coaches.
All right, let's get.
I think they're right there with Doc Rivers.
Hey.
Whoa! See, I was with you for. I was like, okay, fine. He doesn't have him top 5. He still called them great. Then you bring up Doc Rivers, bro. What? No.
Yo, Nick Nurse is a great coach. Tyronn Lue is Tyronn Lue. See, I got Tyronn Lue as the best coach in the NBA, and I got Nick Nurse right behind him.
Why is Tyronn Lue the best?
Because his X's and O's, his ability to just make those on the spot adjustments, which I think that should be a prerequisite for any NBA coach.
You don't think that Eric Spoelstra does the same thing?
I don't. I think they got that. I think Eric Spoelstra kind of got that Phil Jackson mentality without the Phil Jackson greatness of players. You know what I'm saying? He the type. He's like, I'm not gonna call that time. Y'all just run. Y'all figure it out. But
What?
What? Oh,
right,
okay, hold up. Can we get back to the Doc
Eric
Rivers thing?
Spoelstra calls timeouts. I know he does that.
Can we get back to the Doc Rivers thing, because that's blowing my mind, bro. There's a reason do you not understand what type of coach you got to be when you as the coach like there ain't a problem. Only when the coach is the only reason they are calling a team pretenders. When it's literally just because of the coach.
That's not true.
No.
Listen. They're caping from Joel and James Harden. You know those are playoff chokers. Joel's a bum.
Mars just sat here and said the only reason I would hesitate to have Philly go into the finals and winning the whole thing is because Doc Rivers is there. And when Doc Rivers is there, you got to take that into account.
So just because Mars said it has to be
no. Mars boo. What we doing? Mars knows boo.
No disrespect, Mars.
But Mars is not the only one that has that sentiment. Mars is not the only one that has that.
I'm not the only one who has this sentiment.
I am the wrong person to ask about Paul George. Okay, I am the wrong person to ask. I am a Nuggets fan, so I am the wrong person to ask about Paul George. You don't want to hear what I have to say about Paul.
So when Paul George going to sleep in the playoffs has nothing to do with Doc Rivers getting the ridicule he gets.
Doc Rivers was getting ridiculed before that.
Yeah, of course.
Doc Rivers was getting ridiculed before that. Paul George just didn't help it. But Doc Rivers was getting ridiculed before that. Doc Rivers was not looked at as a great head coach before that. He was hanging on to 08 for the longest time. Everybody knew that.
I said that. I just said that, G baby. I said that a couple minutes ago. That Paul George, KG, those guys put Doc Rivers on for life. I hope he's breaking them off a little percentage of his contract every year. Because they deserve it.
But that's not Eric. But that's not Eric Spoelstra. That's not. He's not in that same category. Like that's not who Eric
we can
Spoelstra
agree to
is.
disagree, bro. We can agree to disagree.
If Eric Spoelstra had James Harden and Joel Embiid and PJ
Oh
Tucker and
my
all them
god.
boys, wouldn't you believe in the Sixers' chances way more than we do now?
No, you can't stop James Harden from choking in the playoffs. That's just on him.
Oh.
You can't make Joel get in shape in the offseason so that he doesn't break down so he
Maybe
doesn't break
rolling
down
his
at the end
tongue.
of the year.
Rolling his
You
tongue.
can't
Just like
Bro.
JD. Oh, just like Chill.
I'm saying you can't. The head coach isn't responsible for Joel Embiid not being in shape. That's on him. He's a grown man. He needs in the offseason, he needs to get in the swimming pool every morning and swim some laps. You know what I'm saying? That's Joel Embiid's fault. You can't keep James Harden out them strip clubs.
You can't. You really
You know
can't.
what I'm saying? That don't
Nah,
got
you
nothing
can't.
to do with the coaching.
All right.
That boy love it.
Mythic SA. Choose 3 players you want to see for a dunk contest all time.
Oh, I love this question. Okay.
Aaron Gordon.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Nah, Vince
Yeah.
Carter, Zach LaVine.
Aaron Gordon, Vince Carter. Might be
Yeah.
Zach LaVine. It
It
might
might
be
be
Yeah.
Zach
Zach
LaVine.
Yeah, it might be them.
I'll
three.
pick a
I'm not
different
gonna
name.
hold you.
I'm gonna pick different names. I'm pick different names. So you got the
Ja
top 3.
Morant.
Nah, not Ja.
I want to see Zach LaVine, Vince Carter, and I want to see.
Pick different names. Pick different
Aaron
names,
Gordon
man.
should be a 2-time dunk champion. I don't care.
Oh, you know what? I want. Okay, there we go. Zach LaVine, Vince Carter, and Steve Francis.
I got MJ. I got Gerald Green, and then I'll have
Joe Green's a good one.
Dwight.
Nate Robinson.
I'm
low
not trying to
key.
see. I'm not
Nate
trying
Robinson
to see
too.
big dunk contest.
Low key. I want to see Nate Robinson in the same dunk contest with Aaron Gordon as well.
Dave
I'd
Robinson.
watch LeBron. I'd
Bro.
watch LeBron in the dunk contest.
Bro, Nate Robinson, he's rim grazing, bro.
Jay Rich. Yeah.
Come on.
Jay Rich.
I wanna
Yeah,
see some crazy shit.
I was gonna say Jason Richardson.
There is fine, but
I mean, I don't think you're beating Aaron Gordon, Vince Carter, and Zach LaVine.
No.
You guys like to see the big guys in the dunk contest? Like
No.
like
Not
Dwight and
really.
Aaron Gordon?
Not really.
Aaron
Gordon.
Aaron Gordon,
Aaron
yes.
Gordon,
Aaron
yeah,
Gordon.
yeah.
Y'all don't wait.
But like when
Y'all don't
JaVale
like Dwight?
McGee was in the dunk contest and stuff like that.
That's JaVale.
I
You ain't
don't-
like
I
Dwight
don't-
dunking?
I don't like when
It
the
just doesn't
guys throw the
usually
ball
the
in the
same.
rim. Like to me, if you don't touch the rim, it's not a dunk. Like I don't like
Blake
when the guys
Griffin.
just throw the
Blake-
ball. Yeah,
the Blake Griffin
that's
dunks. Yeah.
that don't count to me.
I like those dunks actually. You talking about when you just throw that shit?
Yeah.
I like that. I like those dunks. I think that's
Cushmaster
hard as
said
hell.
AI overrated all time. That was back
I
when we were
refuse
talking about
to
though.
talk about AI.
Christopher D, is Utah Watanabe a top 3 shooter in the league?
No, but he
No.
can't seem to miss this season.
OJ Weston, no center in the history of the game is keeping up with Wilt on the court. Mars doesn't understand prime Wilt is the most athletic player ever.
Oh,
Somebody
my
had to
God,
say it.
bro.
Here's the thing. I've never denied Wilt Chamberlain's athleticism. Do I believe he had a 48-inch vertical at 7'1"? No. Do I believe he
You
could...
don't believe it?
No. Do I believe he could bench press 500 pounds? Maybe. I doubt it, but maybe.
I could believe that.
Do I believe he was the fastest player on the court at all times? Pretty much, yes. But him being that athletic doesn't mean all of a sudden he's just better than everyone who's ever played the game ever. That's not what that means. Wilt Chamberlain, to me, he can be stronger in terms of in the gym than a lot of guys, but when you watched him on the court, he played kind of soft. If you actually go and watch him, he wasn't playing very physically, especially offensively.
Damn.
And he made it very clear himself. He didn't want to be seen as that bruising guy, so he tried to lean more towards finesse. So these people who say Wilt was as strong as Shaq, so he'll do what Shaq did. No, go watch Wilt Chamberlain. There's quite a lot of footage of Wilt Chamberlain, just not the 100-point game, but there's quite a lot of footage of Wilt Chamberlain. He played very soft. He didn't battle for position very often. He would just stand in the post, wait for the ball, and do a turnaround fade that had pretty good touch, or he'd do that finger roll layup. It's very rarely that he's actually moving people out the way. He wasn't particularly physical, so all that strength, cool. He could run the fast break fantastically well because he was a great athlete, and he could block a lot of shots. So I don't doubt his athleticism, but he didn't use his athleticism to the same degree as guys like Shaq, who people seem to compare him to. Even Giannis uses his strength and his athleticism much better than Wilt Chamberlain did. So him just being stronger than everyone, if you don't use it, what does it matter?
Bro,
That's
LeBron's
why I have issues with it.
That's a
LeBron's the
great
most
point,
athletic
actually.
NBA player of all time. It's LeBron.
What?
LeBron is
I mean,
the most,
if
he said
everything
Wilt's
about
the most
Wilt
athletic
Chamberlain is
player
true,
ever, it's
If everything they
it's
said
LeBron.
about Wilt Chamberlain is true,
Bro, I don't believe
it would be
he
bad.
was not spitting on white people. I swear, bro. I swear. I don't believe in that.
Yeah, he asked him how the weather was up there, and then he spit
It's
on it. It was raining.
raining. Oh
That
my
is
god.
elite.
That is so disrespectful.
Bro, it's so
bro.
disrespectful, but it is
Like,
so fire.
What? Who does that?
That is nuts.
Who does that?
I'm here
bro?
for it though.
Oh my god. Yo.
Mars, you want to read this super chat? It's from one of your homeboys.
Why do Americans never support their local NBA team? Also, could I get the opinions on Wemby's teammate Callum Hudson-Odoi, predicted first rounder, average 37 and 4. Callum Hudson-Odoi is a football player. This guy comes in the footy chat a lot and says Callum Hudson-Odoi is better than Messi, better than Ronaldo. I don't know what his it's like my Jalen Green thing. It's just him, Callum Hudson-Odoi, and I don't know why Americans don't support their local teams. I mean,
That
I
also
don't care who people support.
that
to be
also
honest.
doesn't make any sense because
Yeah, I was about to. Yeah.
plenty of people supporting their local teams.
Yeah, there is. There's also I just, even if you don't, I don't care who you root for.
Right. You got to root for your home.
Yeah, a lot of people, especially when they're from the city as well, is like that city just gives a lot of love to their home crowd and everything. Me being in Jersey, we give a lot of love to like Philly, the Nets, the Giants as well. Since we're around those two states, we always give a lot of love to those two teams. So, I mean, we support.
Drink more water. Look at the top 5 seeds outside of Lou, Bud, and Doc are the most experienced and successful. Would you guys take Jenkins, Green, and Missoula over Bud and Doc? That's crazy to me. ATL was an average team, and Bud got 60 wins.
I'm taking
Trent. Wait. I'm sorry.
Willie Green over both of them.
I'm sorry. I gotta address Trent real quick. I'm an Eagles fan, so like that's you got two sides to pick. You could pick the North, which is New York, or the South, which is Philly. I picked the Philly side, so I'm going to shit on the Giants. Okay, so let's just do that. That doesn't mean the New Jerseyans that they're all shitting on the Giants. No, there's people that love the Giants. There's people that love Philly. It is what it is. Like, let's not do that. I just picked Philly. What was the super chat though? I forgot.
Are we taking Taylor Jenkins, Willie Green, and Joe Mazzulla over Coach Bud and Coach Doc? I'm taking Willie Green over both of them. Joe Mazzulla, I don't know how I feel about him. I haven't seen a lot. And Taylor Jenkins, I'm not completely sold on.
No, I'm not sold on.
Yeah, I'm not sold on Taylor Jenkins either.
Willie Green, I'll probably take over one of them, but other than that, that's it.
And then he said Coach Bud led the Atlanta Hawks to 60 wins, which
and I was
Bud is
gonna
a very
say
good regular season coach.
I was gonna say I feel like Bud is closer to Doc than like an Eric Spoelstra. If we keep it,
He
if
is.
we like
to
keep
me,
it
they're
above.
in the same tier. Both
Like I feel like Bud is like
both their careers have been saved by winning championships on the backs of superstars and super teams.
I don't think Bud's a very good coach at all.
I think Bud is a bad coach, like legitimately bad.
And what I'll say about Taylor Jenkins, because Taylor Jenkins in Memphis, right? Yeah. What I hate most about Taylor Jenkins is every time Jaren Jackson fouls, he automatically puts him on the bench. He has to let Jaren Jackson play through that and learn how to play with fouls, because he obviously wants to block every shot. He's obviously super aggressive, so it's kind of like either teach him to move his feet before the block, or just let him play through it so he can learn how. He's never going to get better on defense if you just put him on the bench every time he fouls somebody. That's all I have to say about Taylor Jenkins.
Mythic SA, is it crazy to say Joker is the best passer all time?
Yes.
Not at all.
Yes.
Not at all.
Yes, it is.
I don't
Not
think it's
at all.
Yes, it is.
It is not.
It's
crazy
ridiculous.
at all.
It's ridiculous.
Who better?
Magic.
I'm
taking
Magic.
Jokic over Magic. Personally.
You're taking
Magic.
him over LeBron too.
That's
huh?
my hey.
Yes,
you can
I'm
say it's
I'm
Nuggets.
taking
You
over
can say
LeBron.
it's Nuggets bias all you want. I'm taking Jokic over Magic. But
All
hey,
right, G baby, it was fun while it lasted.
Yes.
That's crazy. Like, what are we doing?
I don't
Magic
think,
is
I don't
top
think
two.
It's crazy.
It's them too. But
Bro.
I'm gonna go with my
We
guy.
can do
I'm
this
gonna go
again. We
with
did
my
this
guy.
yesterday.
If they're
G-Baby,
top,
don't-
if I see somebody
don't
top
do
two
this.
and I feel like they're pretty much at the same level, I'm gonna take my guy. That's
They're-
me though.
Don't
I
do
don't
this,
think
G
it's
baby.
crazy
Low,
to say.
Low and Mars just did this yesterday, G baby. Please don't do it.
What you
I still believe he's top 5.
Top 1 is such a reach. You feel me? It's such a reach. I don't think he'll. I don't think he'll
Reach
ever
isn't
be
even
better
a
than
word.
Magic or LeBron. Shit.
I think.
But this goes to definition of which definition are y'all going with passing though, bro? Like,
What was that?
I understand LeBron, and I'm not going to waste my breath arguing LeBron.
JT.
But I think Jokic is better.
You got J Kid, you got John Stockton, you got Ray John Rondo.
Miss me with John Stockton, miss me with Rondo.
JD, all together now. 1, 2, 3.
That noise was crazy.
Oh my god.
So wait, so G baby, you said miss you with J Kid, Stockton, and Ray John.
I said Stockton and Rondo. I didn't get to Kid. Magic and Braun are not the ones I'm gonna waste my breath arguing because I get it. You know, I understand how nasty it sounds when you say it out loud. So I'm not gonna waste my breath arguing with them. J Kid probably still gonna take Jokic, but shrug my shoulders. You can miss me with Stockton. You can miss me with Rondo. I'm not gonna hold you. I think Jokic is legit better than them. I think Jokic is a legit better passer. I think Jokic is just better than them. Personally,
You didn't watch Rondo in Boston. I know you didn't.
It's not possible.
I was in my teenage years. I did.
That was crazy.
I was in the womb, but highlights. But
I
I don't understand.
Mars, what year were you born?
That's
2016.
Oh yeah. That's right.
Jokic is top 5 for me, but I'm not gonna say he's better than Magic. But I probably have him third realistically.
Who are the two? Magic and LeBron?
No, I think Jokic is better than LeBron, but I think Steve Nash is the second best passer of all time.
Ooh, I did forget about Steve Nash. I'm not gonna hold you. Yeah, I don't think I could put him above Steve Nash. I did forget about him, low key.
So the passing that Steve Nash gets, John Stockton doesn't get that same love.
Miss me with John Stockton.
John Stockton isn't close to Steve Nash.
Yeah, miss me with John Stockton. I'm very much on that wave. Miss me with John Stockton.
Bobby, can we do some homework together? I really want to enjoy this. Let's go on NBA. If you got League Pass or if you got NBA where we can watch the older games, let's do it. Let's watch John Stockton and his passing, and let's really decipher on how.
Yeah,
Dub, you got to remember, Dub. I'm 32. I watched a lot of John Stockton already. I don't got to go back and watch it. I've seen.
I mean, sometimes we can refresh our memory.
Yeah, because maybe I think maybe we're looking at John Stockton, assist leader, and we're mixing assist with pass.
No, I'm not. That's just.
I feel like that's what we do a lot.
G baby, what's the definition? What's the definition of passing, G baby?
You want the basic definition?
Giving the
ball to another player. That's the basic definition.
All right, so that's all you got to do to pass. All you have to do to pass is there. Look, so y'all ever been to when basketball camps or growing up in tryouts and stuff? The first thing that we did in kindergarten was we all stand 10 feet, overhead pass. Then we do the one we step, do the side pass, right hand, left hand, the bounce pass. All of these passes count as passes. It doesn't, as long as the ball gets from you to your teammate, that's all you have to do in order for it to be considered a pass. So what makes you guys where's the mental block?
Jokic does it much better than John Stockton. The degree of difficulty that Jokic does that is higher and better than John Stockton. That's the difference.
All right, bro. That's cool.
MC Robinson. Speaking of Aaron Gordon, that Christmas Day dunk is dunk of the year and best Christmas Day dunk over RJ over Clay. That was a nuts. Pun intended.
You still think the Nuggets are frauds, JD? I remember that. You still think the Nuggets are frauds?
Yeah, I do.
I think so too. Yeah.
Them and the Cavs.
What's his name? Caldwell Pope and Bruce Bowen. I mean, not Bruce Bowen.
Bruce Bowen.
Bruce Brown. Those two come into the team. I think that really That helped them a lot.
I
I
don't.
got the Nuggets. I got the
I
Nuggets.
don't know, bro. I really just don't believe in the Nuggets.
I mean,
don't think
you're a
they'll-
Jokic hater, so I know.
It's not a Jokic hater. It's just a Jokic realist. I understand realist. It's just having a guy who's not that good defensively as the center of your team. It's just it causes a lot of matchup problems. So I think it'll be easier to exploit that weakness in the playoffs, and that will probably lead to y'all downfall. The offense, I mean, I'll give you the offense is gonna be what it is no matter what. Offense is great. It's just the defensive side of things. Jokic being who he is could be a detriment to your team.
The Nuggets defense has looked better recently, but I'm also.
I was like, we're like number one in the clutch or something like that.
I'm on the
I
same
got-
page. I'm
I
on the
got
same
the
page as Dub with I think the defense is going to be the downfall in the playoffs. But I do think they could make a run, but if they lose, it will be because of defense.
I was
Hey,
like,
real
the only
quick,
teams I see is
before-
losing to is the Warriors and maybe the Clippers if just Kawhi starts bugging out and doesn't sail like they did in the bubble. Like maybe them, but the
But y'all
Warriors
y'all
because
barely-
of that matchup.
Y'all barely beat us last night, and DeMontis ain't even play.
I think the Suns might beat you, honestly.
I'm not worried about them to be
I don't
honest.
got them.
You're
Hey,
not
but-
worried
but
about
Jay-
them?
but-
That's
No.
crazy.
Back to that Jokic passing thing. Like Euro just said in the chat, and I said yesterday, I got Arvinas as a better passer than Jokic.
That's adorable. I don't. I think
He
Jokic-
said
Yeah,
that.
Arvidas
is adorable.
Sabonis?
I think
Arvidas
Jokic is
Sabonis?
better. I think
Nah.
Jokic is better. Jokic is better. Oh, but Arvidas Sabonis top 10 though. Yeah, for sure.
If Arvinas would have come to the NBA 20 years before he did, which he should have, he came to the NBA at 56. You know what I'm saying? If he would have came earlier like he was supposed to.
If my grandma had a, you know that whole how
Oh,
No,
boy.
what I'm saying is even at that senior citizen age when he did come, he was still an incredible passer.
He was. I think he's one of the 3 best passing big men ever. He's just not Jokic.
Yeah.
Bob, what about Boris Diaw?
Hey, y'all sleep on boys. Look, I'm not gonna say
There's no way you're gonna make an argument for
I've
Boris
already got
Diaw.
murdered. Like I've got murdered in the chat on like 5 different segments today. So I'm not gonna do. You know what? Fucking I'll do it. Yo,
Ron did it.
Boris Diaw is, as far as all around skill set goes. Y'all laugh at him just because he was a little chubby, and he didn't look like much of a basketball player.
Definitely didn't look the
But
part.
Dub, let's go do our homework on Boris. I'll sit down and watch some Boris with you.
I love Boris. I actually love watching him. So yeah, I'll do that with you. I like Boris Diaw got buckets. I'll never take that away from him.
There was absolutely nothing that Boris Diaw could not do except for jump over a piece of paper. Other than that, Boris Diaw could do everything.
Big
Shoot,
body Boris.
pass, defense. He could play on the block. He could pick and roll, pick and pop. He could play pretty much any position. Boris Diaw is probably one of the most underrated players in history. He's not the most underrated, but he's up there with guys like Caron Butler, Jeff Green as far as underrated. And I think Boris Diaw was cold, bro.
I agree. And I mean, just like, even if you didn't see prime Boris Diaw, just watch him in the 2014 Spurs. He was still elite.
Yeah.
And then
He was trash in those.
go back to Phoenix when he was in with Steve Nash. Like, Boris Diaw was crazy.
Boris
No,
Diaw
he's-
was nice. I like
he's
Boris
he's
Diaw.
not Jokic though. He's not Jokic. I'll say that he's not Jokic.
Big Alex Boris is great.
No, he's not Jokic. He's not Jokic. I'm not trying to say that.
Boris Diaw crawled
was
so
slip on.
Boris Diaw crawled so slow-mo could walk.
Fake Nick. It's almost 2023, and we're talking about Boris Diaw. Yes, we're
See,
educating you, fake Nick.
you know what? No, can I address this?
Please,
This pisses me off that people do this shit.
please.
Me
do.
and G Baby had a phenomenal debate about a tight end that nobody knows about, Mo Alley Cox. Mo Alley Cox, right? This is a tight end that nobody knows
Yo,
about.
Mo Alley Cox sounds.
It was crazy. It was wild.
I don't
We
want to
went-
go down that
We
alley.
went
I'm sorry.
viral. We went viral, and the comment section was filled with, "Why are you guys having a topic or discussion about Mo Alley Cox?" Then we played. Then we did another video about a wide receiver, Christian Kirk, and the guys on the show saying, "Yo, why are we talking about Christian Kirk? If you're not top 5, 15 wide receiver, I don't feel like talking about you." That's what was on the clip. Everyone on the comment section, oh, these guys don't really want to get in the nitty-gritty of things, get in the nitty-gritty of wide receivers or talking about real football. So no matter which route we take, we're getting criticized no matter what. We can't talk about ass players, and we just talk about the best players. We're just casuals. So what the fuck do y'all want?
Bro,
What the fuck do y'all want? Honestly,
Bro, yes, Dub. I mean, this is
I'm
the
gonna-
nature of the
You
beast.
can't please everyone. I've already.
you
I'm
can't please people. It's
So then just
annoying.
don't try. Just don't. Just stop caring about what people think.
And the
No,
fact that
100%.
that question came from you,
Regardless, I don't
Dawson, you should be better than that. The
I
fact that it
want to
came
talk
from you,
about
Dawson.
Luke Ridnour. Like
Like they
Hey,
said,
hold on, JD. Luke Ridnour was a bad motherfucker though.
Luke Ridnour was nice.
Luke Ridnour was bad. Him and Kurt Heinrich.
Kirk Heinrich.
Kirk Heinrich was
Heinrich
nice.
was nice.
Yes,
Kirk
Kirk
Heinrich
Heinrich
was
was
nice.
balling.
Yeah,
Kirk
he was
Heinrich was
nice.
balling.
Yes,
What?
Kirk Heinrich, absolutely.
Hell
And
yeah.
Ben Gordon. And Ben Gordon, but anyways.
Hey, JD, Luke Ridnour from
I
up
want to
there,
talk
right?
about Chris
Pablo
Wilcox.
Prigioni. You want to talk about the oldest rookie? Pablo Prigioni. Knicks, you feel me?
Hey, Pablo was cold.
I want to talk
Go.
about the worst draft pick in Seattle history was bro, what was his name?
Robert Swift. Oh, John Swift.
Oh, Robert Swift was god awful too. Jean, bro, what was his name? Oh my god. Seattle Sonics draft picks. It's like Jean-Paul Pierre some bro, I was so mad. I was watching the draft live, and when we drafted him, I wanted to throw my phone through the goddamn.
What draft was it?
You said Supersonics?
It was in 2000 and Johan Petro. Bro, I was there.
How you
Willis
get
just
John
put it
from
too.
that? That's
I
tough.
don't remember. Johan Petro. Bro, that was one of the worst draft picks in the history. I was so mad.
Yeah, maybe for
Johan
y'all, at least y'all didn't
Petro.
pick Jimmer Fredette over Klay Thompson.
I
And
love
Jimmer was
Fredette.
looking like he was going to be just
wasn't.
like an
Oh.
insane.
We all knew that shit wasn't gonna last. I mean,
Yeah, I did.
that was fucking crazy.
In the womb, I didn't see that. I didn't see him translate.
In the womb. Did you see Rodney Stuckey in the womb?
Hey,
I like Rodney
hey,
Stuckey.
Rodney
Bro.
Stuckey wasn't that bad.
Yo,
I
speaking,
like Rodney
speaking
Stuckey wasn't
Talk-
that
let's
bad.
talk
He was
about
nice
it.
on 2K as well. He
underrated
was
players,
nice on
bro.
2K.
Rodney Stuckey might be one of the most forgotten about guys.
Yeah.
Luis
He
Scola.
was
Hey, you know what?
balling.
You know what? Because I just met Rodney back in June. He came to our grand opening up in Seattle. I didn't know. I thought Rodney Stuckey was like 6'1". I didn't know Rodney Stuckey was like 6'5", damn near 6'6".
Yo, do me a favor. If
I
you
thought
ever
Rodney
see
was short.
Rodney Stuckey again, tell him that Dub said, "Yo, we did a lot of great things together on 2K." No, I
Rodney
appreciate
Stuckey
Yeah,
was
he was
nice
cold
in
in
2K,
2K.
bro.
He was
Nice.
cool in 2K.
And you know who I always really liked a lot. Who I always really liked a lot. First, I'm gonna stay Beno Udra, but Grievous Vasquez. I think Grievous Vasquez was probably.
Mm,
Oh, Grievous was nasty, bro. I fucked with Grievous.
I like that.
I always like Jose Calderon. I don't know why. but I
Yes.
He was
Yes,
really
Jose
nice.
was nasty. I trip off Jason.
I like
Capone,
Jose
too.
Calderon too. Did you say Jose Calderon, Mars, out of nowhere?
Yeah.
Bro, that is bananas because that was the name that came to my mind before you said that. That's
Yo,
weird.
man.
That
People, y'all laughed at it. Y'all laughed when I said Michael Redd. What about Michael Finley?
I like Michael
Michael
Redd.
Finley
I
was
Those Dallas Mavericks were meant to win a championship.
Loved
They were
Mike
meant to win
Finley.
a championship.
love
I
Mike
don't
Finley.
think anybody disrespects Michael Finley. Like.
In
forget about
2003, if Dirk Nowitzki doesn't get hurt, they beat the Spurs and they win the title.
Here's
I
an
still
unpopular
believe-
I like
opinion.
it.
Here's an unpopular opinion because I am a
like
Mavs fan. I liked Josh Howard.
Yeah,
Yes.
You guys probably don't even remember Josh
Yes.
Howard. Okay,
Yes.
all right.
Yeah.
I love Josh Howard.
He was a
You know what
bucket.
happened with Josh- Yeah, but
Yeah.
he got on the radio and said that he'd be smoking weed, and he did that like too early. He wasn't supposed to say that back in those days.
Tough.
That
started getting
kind of did him in.
It was him and Al Horford together, right? Right? He was on Atlanta.
You talking about Josh Smith?
Yeah, that's
Oh, no.
Josh Smith, not Josh Howard.
Josh.
Yeah,
Bro,
Josh-
I loved
yeah,
Josh.
Smith.
I loved Josh Smith
Oh, I'm
too
thinking about
on
Jay
the Hawks.
Smooth. Yeah, I'm
Josh
thinking
Smith
about
was
Jay
great.
Josh
Smooth.
Smith was
yeah,
a bully.
couldn't shoot
I
to
like
save
Josh.
his life.
Couldn't shoot
but-
to save his life, but god damn, bro, he was putting people on posters every night.
See,
oh
JD,
my God.
JD, this is what I've been waiting for.
Yeah,
these-
I love talking about the guys who never get talked about. Bro, there's so
Yeah,
many
and
like I'm like that too, Bobby, where it's like I like talking about the superstars are the superstars. Of course you're gonna like watching those guys, but like I like watching the Jason Terrys, like the guys who's like they just don't really get talked about at all.
For what it's worth, I hated Jeff Teague.
I was never a big Jeff Teague fan either.
Yeah, I'm Jeff Teague. Jeff Teague just wasn't doing it for me. And then he made the All-Star team. That made it even worse.
That Hawks team was nice though.
You know who
2K nice too. Very nice.
They say like whenever they ask about like who would have been the dopest without the injuries, I go with Jeff Green because remember he had the open heart surgery. If it wasn't for that, bro, Jeff Green,
he was balling after the heart surgery.
Yes, he was. Jeff Green was so nasty when he was up there in Seattle. I know, like
he was like a high pick in the draft at like 5 or something.
Yeah. I don't know how high, but he was pretty high out of Georgetown. When him and KD were together in Seattle, bro, that was. I know a lot of people disagree, but I had Jeff over KD at that point.
Jeff Green over. Okay,
I'm not going to go too far. I'm not going to go too far. But at that point though, and I'm not saying he was better than KD then, but I just always liked Jeff Green a little more when they were together. And
he had everything. He had everything to his game. Like he could run the floor in transition. He could get to his spots. He could shoot from like free mid range, get to the rim. He was a solid passer. He could play defense. Like Jeff Green was really nice.
Hey,
and he seems to be timeless. Like he just doesn't seem to just get worse.
Uncle Jeff, bro.
People sleep on Marcin Gortat on the Wizards, bro. You feel me? I'm one of the few people that talk about that.
John Wall Merchant.
Hey, before he got to the Wizards though, Dub, when he was with Orlando, backing up Dwight Howard, and sometimes they'll play together. Marcin Gortat was cold, but you know who was better? Louis Scola.
Louis Scola was nice.
Yeah.
Louis Scola was really nice. I'll give you Louis Scola.
Love Louis Scola.
David West.
Nick Dawson, if Jokic wins his 3rd MVP in a row, is he the best player in the NBA, or does he have to go out and win the championship?
Gotta get the ring.
He has to be the best player in the NBA too.
You're right. That's facts.
Yeah. People would never crown you as the best in the NBA if you're just winning MVPs.
Greatest wants me to name the top 10 white American players. Of all
Hold on. You got it, Jay.
Go ahead, Jay.
Top 10 greatest white American, bro. There's like 3. Like I can't even name them in order. Like I have to list them, bro. It's gonna be hard to find. Here, let me pull up my notepad here and start writing names. So we got, I know Kyle Korver. Now I'm starting to blank.
Your first name was Kyle Korver?
Well, I'm just putting the play. I'm putting players together. Let me put players together.
His first name was Kyle Korver.
Steve Austin is hilarious.
I was expecting to hear Larry Bird just instantly.
Oh my god!
I'm thinking of like my era, like my heyday of watching basketball first.
JJ Reddit.
Jeff Hornacek.
Nah, but we're not naming any dudes who are about to. Never mind.
Why y'all hate Jeff Hornacek?
John Stockton.
Nah, Jeff Hornacek's not up there. John Stockton's up there. Bird's up
I don't think Jeff is top 10. I just love Jeff Hornacek. Always have.
McHale's
hold
on.
Steve Nash is Canadian, right?
Hold on.
He's white.
He's not a white American. He said white American.
Hey JD, somebody said Blake Griffin.
Blake Griffin is actually fire.
Hey, you know, like a couple years ago when I was really in my bag, if somebody said that, I would have said Steph Curry, but you know that's not funny anymore.
Damn, bro, this is getting
Stone Cold Steve Austin is crazy.
Jay, I mean, Jason Kidd is Puerto Rican. He's not white.
Jason Kidd, I thought he was mixed black and white.
Yeah, J Kidd.
Oh shit, am I tripping?
Yeah, you're tripping. You're tripping.
2, 3, bro. So far, I only have 7.
Rick, what about Barry?
Nah, bro, we're going Brent Barry.
That's crazy. I thought this man was Puerto Rican for the longest. Holy shit!
I got a good one. I got such a good one. Oh, I got a good one.
I've been claiming him for years, bro.
4,
for years.
6, 8, 9.
You got to stop, Dub.
Here we go. Who's the last one that I want to put on here? I need one more good one.
Gordon Hayward.
Zach
No.
Levine is crazy.
All right, I got it. All right, we got Kyle Korver, Mike Miller, Larry Bird, JJ Redick, John Stockton, Brian Scalabrine, Luke Ridnour, Brent Barry, Mike Dunleavy, and Chandler Parsons.
What?
Where's
That's
Chris Mullins?
Parsons
Where's
is
Chris Mullins?
No, that's
No
my
Chris
list,
Mullins,
bro.
Daddy?
That's
I got
my
you.
list.
crazy.
Did you just really said
top 10.
Dunleavy? Dunleavy, I forgot about too.
Top 10 whites.
Dunleavy was cold, Dub.
Dunleavy,
I
yeah.
forgot about Mike Dunleavy.
Dunleavy was nice.
Man, you guys forgot about a nice one. A nice
Matt
white.
Bonner. Somebody
That was
just
a nice
said
white.
Matt Bonner. Somebody just said Matt Bonner. That's crazy. I forgot
Bonner.
about him too.
Splashing threes.
What about
corners.
Christian
Is
Laettner?
Tiago Splitter American
I
or
trip off Thiago.
Nah,
don't
I think he's from
so.
Spain.
Bro, his name is Tiago.
I don't got
I mean, yeah. Oh, what about Birdman? Chris Anderson.
Anderson, yeah.
Luke
I'm
Babbitt.
JD. I know it's your list, JD, but to not have Chris Mullins on that list is kind of that's kind of wild.
It's
Whatever.
disgusting. Jason Williams.
Jason Williams.
Luke Babbitt deserves to be on the list.
No Bob
Yo,
Cousy. That's
Hey, you know,
crazy, Jay.
Luke Babbitt dunked on me one time so cold. We were in Reno and it was nasty, bro. I was embarrassed.
Luke
thought you
Babbitt.
said you
bro,
don't get
that name
embarrassed
is
on the court.
crazy. I
That was
forgot about Luke Babbitt.
well. I was like going into my sophomore year, so it was the first time I ever got dunked on. It was like whoa. Like, that
Oh,
shit.
damn.
Yeah,
TJ
I got-
McConnell is crazy.
I got dunked on before, bro. That shit was not okay.
Louis is down. What can Hornets do to keep Melo and win a chip? Is this footy, Louis?
Yes.
Yeah.
Draft Victor Wembanyama.
It's never gonna happen, Louis. They're not winning it.
Draft
is he a
Victor
Charlotte
Wembanyama.
Hornets
MJ
fan?
needs to sell the team.
Oh, also, I didn't get to comment on it because I unfortunately had to step away super quick. But Jokic is already number one, so like he needs to win a chip, though. I will say that he do need to win a chip. But he's
Number
already
one
number
what?
He's
Number
already
one
number one
what?
what?
He's
In
best in
the-
the
in
league.
the
Best in the
NBA.
league. Best in the league. Uno.
I don't
Don't
think
hit
that's
me
crazy.
and don't hit me with the dominance thing, Dub. Either don't hit
The
me
what?
With
Don't
that.
hit you with the what?
Don't hit me.
No,
with
I
the-
mean,
with the
Dub
physical
Nah.
violence.
Dub still doesn't
I
think
don't-
Giannis is better.
Nah,
than
I'm gonna
KD,
hit you
so
with
he
the.
needs to
I'm gonna hit you with the. That's what I'm gonna hit you with.
Hey, you know what? You know what though, JD? So I know he plays for them over there. I think Lithuania, but I believe DeMontis was born in Portland, so could put him on the list.
He's not a white American. Come on.
Well, he was born in Portland.
He's white and from America.
Doesn't he play for Spain?
He
Not
plays for
Spain,
he
Lithuania.
Plays for
What's the
Lithuania.
word?
Lithuania.
Tyrone Winston. Casuals hate this kind of talk. Only hardcore fans get amped for this. Love recognizing players who don't get as much love. Yo, Tyrone, that is one of the best super chats in Players' Choice history. Shout out to Tyrone, man.
Well, I like that.
Bro, that there's always tweets like from women on Twitter. It's like men will just sit around for hours and name random athletes.
Yeah.
Bro, it's so true. I do
Hey,
that
they
shit all
get pissed.
the
They get pissed about that shit too. Like, how do you even remember those people? You don't remember this, but you can remember that.
Right,
like,
right.
Yeah, hell yeah.
My-
My
buddy and my buddy Dan Dickow. Oh man, wow, that's a good one.
I don't know
My
about
buddy
him.
and I will just start. We'll play this game of like, where did they go to college? So we'll just start naming random players, and it's like you have to name the college they went to. I love.
I
doing that.
don't think I'll be too good at that.
I was
Yeah,
pretty
I'm
good
not
at
good
it
at
at
that
one
at
point.
all.
I don't think
not
I could be
good at
good
that
at
at
it
all.
anymore. But like an
You know
easy one,
another
we'll
guy-
start with an easy one, Bobby. Gary Payton.
Oh, come on. That's Oregon State. That's easy.
See, it's not as hard as you would think.
But you know who we forgot to kind of talk about a couple minutes ago that is slept on, who I always liked a lot, was Hakeem Warwick. I always tripped off Hakeem Warwick. I liked Hakeem Warwick a lot. Corey Maggette. I like Corey
Corey
Maggette. a
Maggette.
lot.
Maggette.
I like those
Gordon.
guys.
I mean, if you want to go
I
back to the 90s, Terry Porter was always nice on those Portland Trailblazers teams.
Yeah,
and
Terry
he
Porter
doesn't,
was
he
nice.
doesn't get Mookie Blaylock, one of the best defenders that
Mhm.
seems to
know-
never get spoken about.
Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen ruined a lot of people's legacies. Like, they could have just let a couple of those guys get a championship. So you didn't have to win 6, Like, I was fine.
That
You
sounds
know
like
what?
a Dub logic, to be honest, because Dub be liking the participation trophies. Hey, he did his
That's
best.
not a
He's doing
true
the
G,
best he
baby. That is
can.
not true, bro. Oh my, you
I'm
always
messing
do
with you,
this.
Dub. I'm messing with you, Dub. I'm
Nah,
messing
but Bobby is like the Bobby's like the sentimental aspect of things. It's like he'll be like, dang, these guys dominated and just ruined all these other guys' career. I just gotta shoot him some bail. Scottie Pippen, Scotty the Scottie
Why you
Pippen
laughing?
arc that you're on is the nastiest arc I've ever seen. That's nasty, Bobby. That is the nastiest arc. You should not be a part of that arc.
I don't got a choice, bro. I don't got
You
a
don't
choice.
gotta just
I
cause
can't. I can't stop, and I never will. I'm gonna die on that hill gladly.
that man has
Peace and
consistently
harmony.
that man has consistently been running around with freaks named Larson, and you want to shoot him bail. It's
Freak's
crazy.
name Lars. It's Lars.
I didn't know. Somebody told me the same thing happened to him while he was playing in the NBA.
But that's not. Don't got nothing to do with him. That's all on her. That's all about her. Like that has nothing to do with.
I
Scottie
say it
Pippen.
like this.
You can't stop these. You can't stop these women for doing.
I
what
say
they
it
want
like
to do.
this. If it happens, like 1 or 2 times, I can understand that's a pass. If it's a consistent thing, there's a pattern because that's what you're looking for now. It's a pattern. That's what he likes. Yeah.
My thing is just leave her and go on. Like,
He
or
likes-
or not just deal with it. What do they call that? A cuck?
Oh my God! Okay, assist with the super chat. Mars, where do you rank Harden as a passer?
That's not bad. That's not ridiculous. That could be true. I mean,
No.
That's
Mars,
normal.
Mars,
That's
Mars,
normal.
Mars, Mars,
That's
Mars,
normal.
Mars. Where do you
Jay,
rank Harden as a passer?
Harden as a passer is
I
top.
think Will Smith is.
Oh my god.
That's not even
Oh
a
my
question.
God.
That's not even a question, bro.
Bro, also saying that that's normal. I don't know. I think that's pretty abnormal,
I don't know
but
about how
I mean,
normal it is.
low key swingers and stuff. That is, it's more.
it's
normalized
normal
now
for them, right?
than it
It's
was,
like
but-
picking your nose is normal for a 3-year-old, but like what?
I
too young
would
for
never
this
do it.
conversation.
I would never do it, but I mean, we're not gonna act as if that only happening. Like
It's
regularly.
definitely common. I will say that it's definitely.
I've
This
seen
turning-
it.
this turning the-
I
this turning
listen.
the players
Gee,
from
I've been
Cut
through it, bro.
after
And
dark.
I was
Yo,
weirded
what
out.
is going on?
It's not
Nah, I
even
didn't-
that kind. This is like
I-
PG-13.
I didn't have it. Now I didn't have
I'm only 12. so
I didn't have
it's
anybody. I didn't have anybody to share. I didn't have anybody to
Fresh
share,
cut
so I was
of
cool.
LA
Did you
is
feel me?
crazy.
But it's like,
Fresh cut of LA. Who said that? Who said that?
what he say? What he say?
5KJ. That's nuts.
He said what? He said
Fresh
fresh.
cut of LA.
Yo.
Oh my god. But Dub, I'm never coming up. I'm never coming off the Scottie Pippen train. I don't care. I don't care if I get roasted or if I get cooked or murdered every time I come up here. I will never.
Speaking of
stop.
Scottie Pippen trains, Assist said, Mars, where do you rank Harden as a passer?
He's like top 20. I'll say top 20 comfortably.
In the NBA right now, top 20.
He's one of the 20 best passers ever, but he's not in the top 10. He's too left-hand dominant for me. He very rarely can pass right to left, and you'll see that. That's why when he comes off a pick and roll, he's always going one way off the pick and roll because he's very weak with his right hands.
Yeah, I got the cap right now. Stay out the cap.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. That's not what happened. I just seen a couple, and you feel me? It was just the chick was just way more friendly than I thought, and then one thing led to another. That's it. I promise. I promise. And it seemed as if everything was okay. And I'm like, oh, fuck it. But that's crazy.
The things people are into, bro. It's
Oh
crazy.
my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Jay, I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah, we're
about
to call it.
I'm done.
I got tears. I have tears in my eyes, bro. That is the funniest. Holy shit, bro. Dub, any final words?
This is strap up, Kings. Strap up.
Oh
Salute
my
to y'all,
God.
bro. That's all I got.
Oh, Mars.
Trade James Wiseman.
G baby, thank you for tapping in with us for 30 minutes, bro. Oh my
Of
God.
course. It's always a pleasure. Appreciate y'all highly. I'm forever grateful. Stay tuned. Hey, can we get some ones up in the chat, please? Can we get some
Bob.
ones up?
No ones.
Get some ones in the chat.
Yeah, JD, I'll just leave with the regular, man. Y'all drink some water, You know, drink some water, read a book, hit the gym. You know, love yourself.
Yo, JD, let me jump on a basketball show, bro. Please do. Please come on. Please come on the next one. You come on whenever you want, bro. We'd love to have you. All right, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all the things, man. We appreciate y'all. We will catch you. Is today Wednesday, bro? I don't even know what day it is. We'll catch you on Sunday. Peace.
Manu.